What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Atlanta Hawks fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We'll be doing a live play-by-play reaction scoreboard, have the players who are on the court over here, and hopefully getting a Spurs win tonight. It's been a long time. It's been since November 2nd, so it's been 4 weeks, and the Spurs got to win tonight. Former teammate DeJounte Murray. This is, not a must-win situation, but I feel like it's a must-win game for our Spurs. They play it back-to-back tomorrow, and then the schedule, I think it's tough again, and we certainly don't want to be last season's record of 16 losses in a row, so I think tonight's the night. As usual, it's me, it's Grogu, it's Selena, it's Coyote. We're all here, you're here, and hopefully have a fun game. Hopefully have a Spurs win. We really need a Spurs win. We really need a Spurs win tonight. Don McDermott's out. He's down with the sickness. Victor Wembanyama is available. Right hip tightness. The Spurs 9-man games lost to injury. I didn't see where they are in the NBA. It looks like they're in the top 3 for most games lost to injury this year. Not the start we're looking. Not the stat we want to see to start the game. But you know what? Let's get a win tonight. Let's get a win. Good luck charm right there. And let's talk to the chat. Good evening, Mr. J's Pokemon World. Kokushibo, Savion, James, Spur of the Moment. Pop better not get on the mic. That would be awkward if he does that again. Phil, go. What's going on? Not gonna lie, low-key miss DJ in a Spurs jersey, and I think he would work great with Wemby. Maybe, Phil. By the way, Phil, I forgot to message you earlier. They do have Devin Vassell jerseys on Fanatics right now for $55. They're last year's jerseys, or the year before, 21-22. I don't remember what. But it's the only jersey they have in stock. I got one from Miss TSR today. I know you're probably saying, whoa, spoiler, she's watching the stream. She already knows because she's been looking for one. And I had to say, don't buy one. And there's an obvious reason why. So they do have some Devin Vassell jerseys in stock at the moment. Those, for whatever reason, seem to be hard to come by these days. New comp team? What do you mean, Bo? I'm not sure what you mean. Laura, good evening to you. Got the OGT. Yes, you know what? I'm trying something tonight, William. We've been, we already know. Physique, good evening to you. Daniel Berry, Glazing Bacon, getting shoulder surgery and missing my entire basketball season. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. Hey, good luck with your surgery. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Reyes, go Spurs, go to you. Thank you, Roy, for the thumbs up. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, it's the easiest way to support a channel. Looks like this. Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go! Anyway. If you see me blinking or closing my eyes tonight at any point, I've been dealing with an eye infection or eye something. It actually knocked me out of work today, and I've just been sleeping all day, taking my contacts out at numerous times, icing my eye, doing everything I can to try to get ready for the stream tonight. I do plan on going back to work tomorrow because that would be awkward streaming tonight and not going to work tomorrow, but I cannot tolerate any light whatsoever. The light still kind of hurts. I might actually push my light back a little bit there. But we'll try to make it through the game, and who knows, maybe the Spurs will blow out the Hawks and we can call it early tonight. You're welcome, Phil. Guarantee the fans are going to boo D. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. The fans might boo louder tonight because of Pop getting on the mic saying don't boo Kawhi Leonard. So the San Antonio Spurs crowd might be a little rowdy tonight. Tommy, I hope we get a win. By the way, on a side note, doesn't really have anything to do with anything Spurs related, but I got a brand new Roku. I got the new Roku 4K streaming upgrade, talking to your remote. Controls your TV. It's $25 on Black Friday. I was like, you know what? My Roku's 4 years old. New ones are probably a little faster. My old Roku, I had to watch the games in 720p to not have the NBA app not crash. So we're going to try it in 1080p tonight. So far, knock on wood, it's been running for 15 minutes with no issues. So maybe one of the problems with the NBA app I had previously was with an older Roku. Got a new Roku. The old Roku's now in my bedroom where Miss TSR can stream Picard to her heart's content. Our bottom five, are they bottom? Well, good, because we need to play a bottom defensive team. The Sohan experiment is not done yet. The Sohan experience, that sounds like Jimi Hendrix. No, they're rolling with it for I don't know how long. I did a video earlier this week that a lot of you watched. Appreciate you watching the video and thumbs up and commenting, whatever, about Wemby maybe starting at center. I could see that happening at some point this season, but it'll only be against teams that maybe run small ball, like the Warriors, or teams with, you know, a center that's not as physical. He's not going to go against, like, the big guys, the big bruisers in the NBA. If this is a scene for experimentation, then why not experiment with the starting lineup a little bit? The one we're using clear is not getting the job done with the losing streak, so why not why not start Trey Jones? Maybe bench Zach Collins for a game. No disrespect to Zach. Yes, he got that contract extension. He's not our center for the next decade, so, you know, flip-flop the lineup. See if something works better. David, my channel is monetized. And yes, William, Patty Mills is with the Hawks. So yes, I do make money on YouTube, David, but that's not the main reason I do that. The reason I say that is I don't have a Patreon. I don't have memberships. I don't do sponsorships. I do this for fun. I enjoy Google's money very much. I mean, I have no problem taking Google's money. I do have super chats open if people want to donate to the channel because I do put money into the channel. Sometimes I buy some equipment, bought a new mic, probably going to have to buy a new laptop soon, maybe as early as next year. Buying streaming services like the NBA Pass and Sling to watch the fall of games. So I keep those there. And then I do have a P.O. box. Occasionally folks do send things to that, that's probably the coolest thing about being a YouTuber is when somebody sends you a Spurs bobblehead or a Spurs jersey. That's the stuff that, or handwritten notes saying how much the channel means to them. That's the stuff that, really gets me right here. Yeah, just try something else. If the Hawks have good three-point shooters, Savion, then we know they'll be open for some threes tonight. That's what we do. Yes, card vibe, and may the Schwartz be with... May the Schwartz be with you. Adorable. The Hawks are small, though. Well, Clint Capella, he's what, 6'10", 6'11"? This might have been a good night to try experimenting with starting lineup. Honestly, I think Pop's just going to go with the standard starting lineup until probably the All-Star break. And I think I saw Malachi Branham is starting tonight. Why is Devin Vassell still coming off the bench at this point? Hasn't he been back for a week? What? We'll have to check that. I got a Logitech C922, David, and I have a blue, ice blue, I don't know, this guy. I don't really know the model of it. I'm sorry. I have a Logitech C22 because it says it right on there in front of my face. I feel we can win this game too. And that's actually both something I'm worried about. Hello, Tristan, is, having this Jeremy Sohan point guard experiment, while it's helping Jeremy, is it slowing Victor Wembanyama's growth offensively as a rookie? Hopefully not. Wemby is in. He's got some right hip soreness, but Wemby is playing tonight, so that is good. MG Shaboon says, Wemby on his game today, triple-double. That would be great. Aggressive, good evening to you. Yeah, I couldn't think of something new tonight. Some folks are saying the Spurs lose because you have Selena in there. Well, we had like 10 different co-hosts in this losing streak and didn't change a thing. If you watch closely, Wemby and DeJounte, they look like they're the same face. Do you think? What? Yes, Brianna, I agree. He's naturally plays the 4, a power forward. And for anybody that doesn't know, just throwing this out there, if you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not the combination of my match luggage, but positions, that's just point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. Center being 5, point guard being 1. I realize sometimes I put out numbers out there. Not everybody may know that. Heck, I honestly didn't really know that until I started the channel. I was like, wait a minute. And I just heard the number. It's just little things that you don't pick up on in life. So I forgot to share that. David, it feels like we're tanking. It feels like it. I don't think they are intentionally. If this team was to go on and lose 17 games in a row, which would be the Spurs record for a losing streak, at that point I'd probably say yes, we are. Jax Query, good evening to you. Alex, it's hard to have patience when the team's on a long losing streak. We're trying to have patience. I'm rooting for Jeremy. I hope things turn around. But you see just a disparity with him on the court with Wemby and then with Trey Jones on the court with Wemby. There are people in the Spurs Facebook group posting stats left and right, and there's a large gap there. For the Hawks, DeAndre Hunter, Sadiq Bey, Clint Capella, former Spur DeJounte Murray, and Trae Young are the starters for Atlanta. Jax, I hope so. This feels like a must-win to me. Calvin Johnson, Victor Wembanyama, Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, and Jeremy Sohan, the starters for the Spurs. So Devin Vassell, for whatever reason, still not starting. We were 22-16. Aggressive, good question. Joe, I hope it doesn't affect him at all. It may keep him out of a back-to-back tomorrow night, because we are playing again Friday night. David, best player for next year's draft, Isaiah Colliers' name's been thrown out there. The 7'2" guy, Alexander Sarr. There's another guy that's dropped down on the board, Roland something. I started doing a little research on the draft. If the Spurs get a top 3 pick, I got to think that they're drafting a point guard. Most mock drafts have them taking Isaiah Collier. He's about a 6'4", 6'5" point guard. Apparently can really finish in the paint. It's got some things it needs to work on. It's a position, though, we need. Go Spurs, go to you, Rhonda. Obi-Wan, I agree with that. Players are on the court, and away we go. Spurs win the jump ball, and I'll be watching too, Scott. Spurs fan, over 30 years, whether win or lose, it's been a lot. It's only been losing since we started this YouTube channel in April 2019. That's okay. It'll turn around eventually. Not this year, but eventually. Kelvin's going to take an open three, and that's a good start for Kelvin Johnson. And I need to fix my players on the court because it's way lopsided. Like, hopefully this victory is tonight for the Spurs. All right. That's up. Chat's up. That's up. And we can see everybody. Good to go. DeJounte Murray with the free throw jumper. Going to bounce around a couple times. And former Spur DeJounte gets the first bucket of the game for the Atlanta Hawks. And let me actually fix that just a little bit. And now turnover by the Spurs. Didn't see you turn it over. The turnover nonetheless. That shot's no good. A fight for the board. Clint Capella with the offensive rebound. A little left jump hook is no good. And finally, Wemby will pull down the rebound for the Spurs. It is Spurs ball. A minute into the game. Who's on the court? Right over there over my left shoulder. Wemby drives in the paint. Gets the layup. And one. All right, Wemby. No Miss TSR. She will be with me this weekend, so she'll be on Friday stream, at least audibly, playing the Pelicans tomorrow night. She's a huge UConn fan, and rookie Jordan Hawkins will be playing, so she'll be rooting for the Spurs while rooting for him. It's going to be a weird night. Wemby's free throw. I believe Wemby is the starting power forward, and Zach Collins is our starting center. Phil, I don't know why Devin Vassell's not in the starting lineup. I am really scratching my head at this point. He's had a week since he's been out and missed some time. I don't know why he's not out there. DeAndre Hunter misses the jumper. Spurs ball. Kelvin Johnson will bring it up for San Antonio. Rifles it into the paint, and that's going to be a turnover as he rifled it right into the hands of the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young fakes out Jeremy Sohan and takes a three, misses a three. Anybody notice lately that Jeremy's been getting faked out a lot? Offensive putback by Bay is good at 6-4. The last few games, Jeremy's gotten bit hard on pump fakes and jukes and just feel like he's struggling a little defensively lately, which could, be overthinking things. Wemby for a long three, good. All right, Wemby's feeling it tonight. Sore hip or not, he's out here firing. Good evening, Cowboy X Factor, Mr. Dog Bone. Oh, she knows about Selena. She loves Selena. Good evening, Butterfly XD Game. Thank you all for stopping in. It's our San Antonio Spurs looking for their first win in 4 weeks. It's Atlanta's ball right now with 8 on the shot clock. Trae Young way on three-point land, drives into the paint. Awkward layup is no good, but he is going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. Joe, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. Thank you. Well, actually, my eyeball is killing me. It actually knocked me out of work today. And I've been resting up, keeping my contacts out, sleeping a whole bunch, icing up my eyes so I could be ready for tonight because I told you guys I'm going to try to call just about every game. The goal was originally 78. We're going to push that up to 80 games. Trae Young's first free throw, in and out. Kokoshibo, indeed. Why not? Go Spurs, go to you. Mars, hello. Yes, keep me posted on the Cowboys game. They are playing the Seahawks, I believe. And that game is on Amazon Prime. I will be rooting for the Seahawks, no offense. Not that my Giants are going anywhere. I mean, I don't think we're going to win out the rest of the year. So, and we'll get it to Collins. 16 on the shot clock. Collins tries to get to Kelvin going back door, and he does. Nice pass. Kelvin with the finish. And it's 11-5 Spurs. Of course, the Spurs have gotten out to many a lead this season, only to see it get evaporated in the third and or fourth quarter. So let's just play 4 strong quarters and get it when DeAndre Hunter easily gets in the paint and gets the layup 11-7. Jeremy Sohan bring the ball up for San Antonio. Whips it back to Wemby. Wemby with a rifle into Zach Collins in the paint, and the layup is good. Wemby, I've noticed lately at his passes, he put a lot of zip on them. Spurs better ready for that ball coming in hot. Because Wemby's going to chuck it to you if you're open. Trae Young drives by Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy really struggling to guard Trae Young. He does miss the layup, though, when it's Spurs ball. Wemby gets it up to Sohan. Sohan will drive in the paint. Back out to Collins, who's open for 3. There we go. Zach Collins' three-point shooting has been not good this season, so when he launches them, I get a little nervous. But if he starts making them, hopefully he can get into a good streak. And by the way, the Spurs are 3 of 3 from beyond the arc as Murray drives in the paint, throws up a crazy high layup and misses it. But we're going to have a late whistle. Did the Pistons complete no-win November? Marauders, wait, did Detroit not win one game in November? Mario, good evening to you. Mario, how about our Giants with 2 wins in a row? And I've started doing Giants content again a little bit. It's not doing great, but it's getting a little... Wemby with the steal on the inbounds pass, but it feels good to be doing Giants content again. It really does. Wemby on the other misses the shot. Putback is good, and Victor Wembanyama is coming out firing. We're going to have a timeout by Atlanta as the Spurs are up 18-7. Gotta win tonight. Gotta beat DeJounte Murray. Gotta do it. Indeed, Ray. You know what? We'll put it up. I don't know about Danny DeVito. William, it is incredible how bad Detroit has been the last 5 years. With all the draft picks they've had, their fans obviously not happy the Spurs got the number 1 overall pick. Them and Rockets fans are probably the most animated audiences during the draft lottery results. But man, they've stocked up so many picks and they still they suck. Thank you. I appreciate that Cowboy X Factor. I mean, it's going to take a while to build a Giants audience again since I've been away from it so long. But you know what? I love the team, and this is a Spurs first channel, but I want to grow it. Yeah, and the grow, I think the Spurs content, when the Spurs start winning, the channel will start growing again. But I also want our channel to branch out a little bit, and doing Giants content has been fun. Shorts for now, maybe more longer videos, especially when the draft comes. I like doing mock draft videos, and I would like to start doing Yankees content again next year. I'm fans of these teams. Why not do more? This is TSR Sports, not TSR Spurs. No offense to anybody that loves us as Spurs channel, but it's a sports channel, and I'd like to kind of get back on that. And it'd be fun to do, Yankees Red Sox streams next year with Miss TSR Sports. She sounds like she might be up for joining me on stream, not off camera, but maybe on camera. And it makes sense to wait on that. We've only been dating for 5 months, so we want to establish a relationship a little longer. And also, getting in front of a camera is it's not for everybody. So she probably not ready to do that yet, but she's willing to be off camera. But I think having us bicker on camera with the Yankees Red Sox would be a lot of fun. If Juan Soto goes to the Yankees, I would be on board for that. Yes, they are Marauders. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad about that forever. No loss tonight, James. No loss. Let's get a win. Rich, you look fresh and vibrant today. Good to see you in a bright mood. Alex, I slept almost all day. I've been dealing with maybe an eye infection or eye something. I had a problem a year ago with my eye. It's this eye here. And I literally I took the day off from work. I got up at 7, told him I couldn't be in it because I just couldn't stare at the computer screen. Thankfully, this is not bothering me yet. My computer right here. And I was just on and off in bed from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that helped a lot. Hello, JN. Sorry, I'm messing it up. JGN. Thank you for stopping in. No, Adrian, I don't want to make different channels. Trying to have multiple channels. I've done it before. It's very difficult. This is a sports channel, and it only has sports content. But I think having Giants content and Yankees content and continue the music thing will help grow the channel. And of course, Spurs and, occasional other NBA content too. Trae Young in the paint, pull-up jumper, good. Yes, the Spurs have only won 3 games, little mark. And then Trae Young with a steal on the inbound pass and misses the shot. I don't know, Cowboy. She's taking her time coming on camera. She is a Red Sox fan, yes, and I'm a Yankees fan. Spur of the moment, I'm saying I have eye drops, but there's been so many recalls with eye drops. Yes, RP Hulk channel. So many recalls with eye drops I'm kind of staying away from right now. It is Hawks ball again, and the Spurs, I think, had a turnover. Trae Young with a 3 from almost near the half-court line. Misses a shot. Malachi Branham with the rebound. Gets it up to Sohan. Sohan in the fast break. And Jeremy Sohan with the...
Underdunk of Justice.
All right. Because we've been pretty bad at fast breaks, so I'm glad we finished that one. Yes, one channel. Exactly. I've tried multiple channels. I can't do it. I can't. I really can't. This three-point attempt is no good by DeAndre Hunter. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. Spurs up 29 with 7:11 to go. Keldon will get it over to... Actually, Wemby intercepts the pass. Gets to the Sohan. Sohan drives in the paint. A little Euro step back to Keldon. Wide open for 3. Takes the 3. He will miss the 3. Trae Young with the defensive rebound will bring it up for Atlanta. Hunter with the ball again into the paint. That's a little grab by Zach Collins. They're going to whistle on that one. Awesome, Scott. Jabril Pepper said to Sycamore after the game, you got lucky, we suck. Rich, I have a serious surgery tomorrow. Oh, gosh. Oh, geez. Carlos, good luck with your surgery tomorrow. Thoughts and prayers out to you. Hope to see you back, whenever you can come back, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, take all the time you need to heal up, but please come back when you can and let us know everything went well. Hunter's going to be at the line for 2, by the way. First free throw's good. Wait, Zach Collins just get hurt? I didn't see that, did he? It's in San Antonio. I don't expect you to remember this, but on the live streams for our channel, the home team is always over here. The away team is always over there. Just like in NBA broadcasts, like on the scoreboard on the bottom, the away team's on the left, the home team's on the right. I set it up the same way. Keldon with the ball under 7 minutes to go. Wemby is still in the game. Keldon drives in the paint. Throws up the layup. Good. Nice drive by Keldon. Nice drive and finish. And I took my hoodie off, and now I'm getting cold again. So I'm going to put my hoodie back on. And DeJounte Murray will drive in the paint right down the other end and do the same move. Gets by the Spurs defense, and I can't seem to figure out how to put my hoodie on. I can't find the hole. And I missed a point, apparently, on Atlanta's side. It says they have 13. My apologies. Hawks are the 25th worst defense. Yes, then we should have a lot of points today. James, I agree with half of that, but I can't say let's go Cowboys on here. Oh, no, Josh. Home team always on the right. Keldon won 7 points in the first quarter. I didn't realize he was off cooking. He had a pretty rough game last time the Spurs played, but off to a better start tonight as Trey Jones is checked in for the Spurs, so we have a real point guard out on the floor. Devin Vassell's checked in as well. Wemby with the ball. Wemby pull up with the mid-range, and it's good. Wemby is feeling it tonight. So much for that sore hip. Good evening, It Kills. James, yes, she is actually at home recovering, and she's been working a crazy amount of hours every day, like 12 hours a day. And Wemby with a block on Capella. Capella got by him, and Wemby said, whatever. Kendall will sprint up the court, gets it to Zach Collins. Collins throws up a tough shot. He really forced that shot. Don't like that one. Defense had gotten back in transition. Now we're going to have a 3, and that is good. That was that Bogdanovich? Spurs ball. Wemby whips it over to Vassell. Vassell for 3. Nope. Well, that was a bit off. I think Bogdanovich is 13. He's number 25, I think. Murray with the baseline jumper, no good. Wemby with the rebound. Or is that Garrison Matthews? Remember, it's Garrison Matthews. I don't know these Hawks. And they try an alley-oop reverse to Wemby. Can't convert the alley-oop. Too much alley, not enough oop. And it's going to be Atlanta ball. Bogdanovich is 13. Matthews is 25. Okay. I just figured it out. Been a year since I've seen an Atlanta Hawks game. I'm sorry. We're going to have a timeout. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. What is happening? All right. I just messed everything up. Luckily, we can fix that as we go into a timeout. There we go. Unknown, the Goofron, good evening to you all. And you'd be surprised how you can mess up an alley-oop with an 8-footer. You know, a lot of fans, Adrian, have talked about what if DeJounte Murray was still here, or what if he came back. I don't think he's coming back. I just want to put Coyote on the screen because he's cute. And admittedly, he reminds me of my girlfriend. If I didn't tell you guys while we're in a commercial break, when she rolled out of the hospital, literally, because she had knee surgery, I didn't know she was going to do this. I knew she had a surprise because I went to give her a hug and she had something in her hoodie. And I was like, what is that? And she's like, nothing. And I thought it was a Spurs jersey because I felt the little plastic bag. So I thought she should buy a Spurs jersey and she's going to wear this out of the hospital. Nope, she comes out and sitting on her lap is this. She bought Coyote. And it was adorable that Every night she stayed at my house, she stayed here for a week while she was recovering, that she would every night go to sleep and she'd be holding on to him. So hope you're not mad for me sharing that story, because I think it's great. I think it's cute that you were holding on to the Spurs mascot and he protected you through your surgery. And see, the Spurs aren't just a basketball team, they're heroes too. I hope he's not going to do that tonight, James. I can't see that possibly happen. Damian, good evening. Wait, Spurs winning? Oh, wait, it's against the... Well, Damian, also, it's the first half. If every game ended at halftime, the Spurs would probably be like over 500. Did you hear about the new Spurs hot sauce elimination called Porvit? No, Butterfly. I'm guessing that's available in Texas only. I mean, I don't know. Spurs move Trey to the starting point guard. Do you think they'll be comfortable with Son coming off the bench? I think the fact that they're trying this Jeremy Sohan point guard experiment shows they really want to keep him in the starting lineup. So I don't know who would go to the bench. Kelvin has said he would do it. See, that's adorable. That's wholesome. Go, Coyote, go. That Cody is hard to get up yonder. Cowboys up 3-0. A competitive tank. I mean, that's what it's kind of been, but we haven't been very competitive at times. Yeah, Alex, I wouldn't want the jury on the team at this point. Magic, young team, and they're putting it together. Hopefully that's us too at some point. TNT, who scored first? The Spurs did. Kelvin Johnson 3, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I think we opened up with a Kelvin Johnson 3. It is Spurs ball. Trey will get it up to Osman. And, yes, everybody's been substituted out except for Zach and Kelvin. So headband power still out there for the Spurs. And Collins will just throw it away. That's turnover by the Spurs. Mario, the Giant, I mean, a lot of people were making fun of me for the Giants winning. Like, you're celebrating beating the Patriots. You know, you're hurting your draft position. I'm tired of losing. My two primary teams in my life are the New York Giants and San Antonio Spurs. And they're on, you know, they've been bad for the last decade. Is Onyeka Okongwu is going to get called for a charge, and C.D. Osman, the recipient of said charge. Demoso is out, and Malachi's been playing bad. Why don't we just start Trey? Glaze and Bacon, that's a fair question, and I don't know. Do we have Green Bay next tomorrow? I thought we were on a bye. Are we on a bye Sunday, or are we playing? I don't even know our schedule. Spurs ball, Demoso way out in three-point land. Spurs up by 6. Devin will take the free throw line jumper as he moved in, and that'll be a swish. Kill the fish, 26-18. You think Osman gets traded? He seems to fit in well. Ken, the starting 5 was Zach Collins, Victor Wembanyama, Kelvin Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Jeremy Sohan. For whatever reason, Demoso is still not starting yet. Devin is our best shooter. Absolutely. Carlos, beat the Locks? Yes. Mr. Dogbone, yes to both those questions. Next Monday. It is Hawks ball, 4 on the shot clock. DeAndre Hunter will drive in the paint, throws up the layup, and gets rejected like nobody's business by Charles Bassey. No. And then Devin Sells going to get fouled down the other end. I think there's a foul on DeJounte. Giants can make moves in free agency too. Rebuild doesn't always stimulate. No, it doesn't have to be on draft, William. It doesn't. The one thing I'll say about Charles Bassey, when he blocks a shot, you know it. Like, there's no question it's a block, because it's going in the opposite direction or it's going into the stands. Bassey clearly the most aggressive shot blocker on the Spurs. Not the best, but Julian Champagny with the corner 3. Nice to see him making some shots, because, man, he was struggling. But Bassey, when he sends it out, he's sending it out. Spurs up 29-18. Spurs 4-6 from beyond the arc. DeJounte Murray with the ball right now will kick it out to Matthews. Matthews back to Murray. And the offense is going to reset with 11 on the shot clock. Murray still on three-point land. Gets it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich drives out to Matthews for 3. No good. And the putback is no good by Okongwu, but we're going to have a foul on the Spurs. Okay. I saw Patty Mills barely played with the Hawks this year. Does anybody know if he's been injured, or is he just buried on the depth chart? The problem with Bassey, sometimes he looks like he's got the potential to be a starter with the team, and then other times he gets 3 turnovers in 1 minute, and you're like, well, you can't play him. Seahawks just scored a touchdowns. I think the Hawks overpaid for DeJounte Murray. No, they're not, Carlos. Yes, Patty Mills is on Atlanta. He's played like 1 or 2 games this year. Second free throw is good. 29-20. There's my remote. I don't know why I picked it up. The new Roku, by the way, is working great. Knock on wood. No problems with the NBA app as of yet. Devin Vassell turns the ball over. Not sure he was passing to there, but it was not a San Antonio Spur. Hawks on the run. But I'm always on the run. Yeah! I don't know. Trae Young way out three-point land. He's got Bassey on a massive mismatch, and he'll easily draw the foul as he drives by him. Metcalf, 73-yard touchdown. Woo! He's way down under Roy. Mario, I did not hear that. Hawks and Teals give up what? Yeah, well, the Minnesota Timberwolves gave up way too much for Rudy Gobert. What did they give up? 4 or 5 first-round picks? Yeah, way too much. Bogdanovich with the pull-up jumper. No good. Osman with the rebound. Wemby still not in the game. Maybe getting an extended break with that. It said sore hip. Champagne's going to launch a 3. All right, Julian Champagne. I see you from here. Keep making those shots, and I won't talk smack again. Spurs 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. So the Spurs come out with a hot hand. The Hawks are only 1 of 5. Trae Young wheels into the paint to Bogdanovich, and Bassey with another get out of my town block. The thunder block of justice. I love the way he blocks shots. Cedi Osman pull-up jumper. Little short. Bassey taps it back to Osman. And Trey Jones will reset the offense. He'll get over to Champagny. Champagne's going to launch another 3. He's on fire! Keep this up, though, for 4 quarters. For the love of basketball. Keep this up. The Lakers lost by 44? What? When did that happen? I didn't see that anywhere. All right, Mr. Z, good luck. Yeah, right, Damien? I have a love-hate relationship with Trey shooting, practicing shots. I get it. I just saw your NBA draft letter action. You were so loud. Oh, Adrian, you're talking about when the Spurs won the first overall pick? Yeah, I went nuts. I cannot hold that in. I mean, last season was the hardest season by far as a Spurs fan. Granted, 96-97 was worse record-wise, but it's a double gut punch because, at least for me personally, as a Spurs fan, I hate watching my team lose. But as a content creator, it hurts too because you don't want to talk about your team losing all the time. You don't want to talk negative all the time. And as you guys know, if the team's losing, interest goes down, and then your views start going down, and you're putting your heart and soul into it, and your channel's doing worse, even though you're putting everything you got into it. So it's tough. It's really tough when the Spurs are losing. That being said, it seems like the fans are more tuned in this year, even though there's a big losing streak. Part of that's probably because Wemby's here, and I think fans know that good things are coming on the horizon sooner than later. We're back on a timeout. Is Champagny dirty, Phil? Really? All right. I mean, he's got at least 3 more years on his contract. That 3 is good. Kongwu hits a 3. I didn't know. Whoops. I'm taking points away from the Hawks. Trey Jones in the paint throws up a very difficult layup. And it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Hawks. Well, Hawks are in the bonus. Didn't even realize that until I just noticed that. And Militano, good evening to you. If I haven't said hi already. Trae Young going to drive in the paint. And gets it over Bassey. Nice job. 35-25. Oh, thank you, William. That was... I think people said I was acting like Homer Simpson. That's the most excited I've ever been on this channel, by far. The most angry I've ever been. Vassell for 3. It's a little short. And Hawks falling. The Hawks going on a little bit of a run here to end the quarter. Bogdanovich with a behind-the-back dribble. Misses the layup. But, ooh, that was still pretty. The most angriest I've ever been on the channel is the Daniel Jones draft pick in 2019. That's no longer on the channel. There was a lot of cursing, and I try not to swear, though I have sworn a little bit lately. Light PG type swears. I don't think there are any audible F-bombs on the channel. Jones is going to launch a 3 as a Spurs try to 2-for-1. I don't think that's the guy we want shooting the 3. It's Hawks ball, 35-25. Wesley Matthews is a Hawk. They got the Matthews brothers, Wesley and Garrison. I don't think they're related. Trae Young got to stand way out in three-point land on the Frostbank Center logo. He's now just going to launch the 3 over Osman. No good. Vassell's going to poke it out of bounds. And the Hawks will get the ball back. I think the Bulls are going to want too much for Zach Levine, Carlos. Trade Jones for a bag of chips. He is a good backup point guard. I do think the Spurs would run better with him starting. That being said, I don't think he's a point guard of the future. Oop. Trae Young jumper no good, and he's going to get fouled going to the line for 2. Better shooter, Johnson or Sohan? Kelman. Definitely Kelman at this point in their career. Imagine Tyrese Halliburton still on the Kings. I still can't believe they traded him. Man, he has blossomed to something special in Indiana. I believe he's leading the NBA in assists per game, is he not? Trae Young first free throw is good. And it's down to single digits. Adrian, I still like to think that we're the Fantastic Four. Devin, Kelvin, Wemby, and Jeremy. Whether that pans out like that, who knows? He'll miss the second free throw, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. But a good first quarter by the Spurs. They are up 9, but they got to keep it up. Got to keep it up. Keep the pedal to the metal. We've blown way too many first quarter leads, first half leads, third quarter leads, you name it, we've done it. We have snatched defeat from the jaws of victory all too many times this year. I really want to win tonight. I really want to win. Yes, we are, Phil. We are. I mean, Coob, good evening to you. This is DeJounte Murray. And I don't hold any ill will towards him. And I don't know if the fans are booing tonight. I have the volume down low, but I haven't really heard any booing. But I want to beat a former player. A former starter on top of that. I mean, no ill will towards Patty Mills. He's barely playing with Atlanta anyway. But I really want the Spurs to beat DeJounte. I don't like our chances tomorrow with a back-to-back. So I think we got to get the win tonight. If we don't win tonight, then we could easily drop tomorrow's game and go to 14 in a row. I don't know what our schedule looks like coming up, but I'm going to go peek at it now because, well, I'm in here. Our upcoming schedule. So we got the Pelicans tomorrow. We got the Timberwolves Wednesday, and I don't think we can beat the Timberwolves. So our next game would be Friday, December 8th against the Bulls. By the way, if you hadn't checked the schedule, the Spurs do have games now next week, December 6th and 8th. So we're all going to have a little break. They play tomorrow night, and then don't play again until December 6th. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 nights off in a row for old TSR Sports and Company. So if we don't win tonight, I don't think we beat the Pelicans tomorrow night in a back-to-back. So that'd be 13-14. Don't think we're beating the Timberwolves 15. Good chance of beating the Bulls. I think we can beat the Bulls. If not, that would be number 16. And then nothing worse than December 11th if we played the Rockets and lost to them. Not only would we lose it to an in-state rival, but that would be loss number 17. So I really think they got to win tonight. The Bulls are pretty bad. Actually, the Bulls are worse than I thought they were. They're 5-14. So if we don't win tonight, I think our next best chance to winning would be against Chicago next Friday, December 8th, which would be against another former teammate in DeMar DeRozan. So I think got to win tonight or against Chicago. Houston's been playing fairly well, have they not? They are 8-8. That could be a tough one. Did they not have didn't have the come from behind victory? Or did we have a come from behind on them? We came from behind on them one overtime. So that would be a tough game. And then we get the Lakers twice on the 13th and 15th. I still can't believe the Lakers lost by 44. I'm actually looking at that one in a timeout against Philly. It's November 27th, 138-94. I'm surprised my uncle did not text me about that. We have 69 thumbs up, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's a good number. 69. It is Hawks ball start the second quarter. And, wow, a fumble. And then a recovery by Clint Capella to throw down the dunk as the Spurs poked the ball out and he got the loose ball. And that's a 70. No, keep the thumbs up going, my friends. Keep the thumbs up going. Let's get to 100. Wemby's going to pass the ball right to Trae Young. He's not on your team, Victor. You may want him on your team, but he's not currently. A drive by Bogdanovich, and the Hawks have cut this lead to 5, just like that. We're up by what, 14? Osman with the ball right now. Passes to Trae. Why are we passing to Trae Young? That's back-to-back steals by Trae Young. He's not on our team. He's going to miss the layup down the other end. It's Spurs ball. Devin will bring it up. Osman out the ball. Layup is no good. Jeremy Sohan with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Devin Vassell. Vassell for 3. No good. I don't like the start of the second quarter at all for the moment. Bogdanovich way out in three-point land. Guarded by Champagnie. Pass it out to Trae Young. 10 on the shot clock. Trae Young one-on-one with Jeremy Sohan. Sohan's had some trouble guarding him tonight. Finally passes it from Chicago for the open 3. Wemby will get the offensive board and then gets fouled. It'll be Spurs ball. Who's Oscar Wembanyama? Is that a real person? Mr. Scotch Crotch, good evening. Yep, 15-5. Yeah, Damien, are they like looking to completely blow up the team right now in Chicago? Osman corner 3. That's good. There we go. Okay, Carlos. Yeah, a lot of cap blocks going on. What's up with the caps? Trae Young gets rejected by Wemby in the paint. He tried to get cute, and the Spurs have a fast break, and Devin Vassell's getting an easy peasy.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Okay. Nice fast break for the Spurs. Spurs with 4 blocks already. Bogdanovich for 3. Good. I said Bogdanovich for 3. Good. There we go. Jeremy Sohan will... This is going to be a backcourt violation. Nope. Or over and back, I'm sorry. It was deflected by Atlanta Hawk. Wemby with the ball right now. Wemby will get it into Champagnie. Almost past to Trae Young again. Champagnie back out to Sohan. Over to Devin Vassell. Vassell's going to drive in the paint. Throws it up and misses the shot. The putback by Wemby is not going to count if Vassell was fouled before then. I think Devin's going to the line for 2. Everything going to hell in Chicago. Wow. Wemby's 4 rebounds shy of a double-double already? Okay. 2 shots for Devin. 40-33. Let's keep it going. Let's get a win tonight. You guys, I'm sure you feel the same way. Want to win so bad tonight. Devin's first free throw is going to bounce around and finally go in. Good evening, Greg John. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know who Oscar Wembanyama is. I know he's got a sister that plays basketball. Does he have a brother that's eligible for the draft next year? I don't follow his family. I follow him and the Spurs. What he does in his personal life is his business, man. I don't need to know players, all their family and all that nonsense. Unless he's playing for the Spurs, I don't follow. I just had to ask if Chicago's blowing things up. TSR Sports. I pay attention to the Spurs and the Giants and the Yankees. As Osman gets fouled. Yeah, Kokoshiwa, it'll come with time. And wait. Well, Victor Wembanyama's in the chat. He says Oscar Wembanyama is Victor Wembanyama's brother. You don't say. Next thing you're telling me is that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the brother of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then there's like a third Antetokounmpo out there. You guys are just making stuff up. It's impossible to get that many Wembanyamas and Antetokounmpos in basketball. It just doesn't make logical sense. Not going to have any of that. Spurs ball up by 7. Wemby way out in three-point land. We'll get it to Malachi Branham, and he'll turn the ball over. We're getting a little turnover happy here in the second quarter. Who else noticed that? I feel like I'm saying another turnover more and more frequently. I don't like that. Oh, Wemby gets absolutely run over by DeAndre Hunter. And is that a charge or a block? Let's take a charge. Gabe Vincent, he's been playing bad, hasn't he? Are there that many Antetokounmpos, Mr. Dogbone? There are 5 of them? I actually did not know that. I know about Giannis, obviously, or Thanasis. I always butcher his name. I knew there was one more. Because didn't the Bucks have 3 of them on their team? Yes, Wemby got ran over. We got a charge. And now we have a timeout. I honestly don't remember that. I knew there was a dude there, Adrian, but I didn't remember who that was. Yeah, probably a little young on 16 to play in the NBA. Cowboys up 10-7. ESPN doesn't tell you. What do you mean? Do they not tell you the play-by-play? Daniel, who started a point for us? Jeremy Sohan. The experiment is far from over. You know, Kokushibo, I don't worry about it as much. I talked about the fear of Wemby falling down at the beginning of the season, but he's been falling down a lot, and every time he gets up again, you're just not going to keep him down. It looks like he knows how to fall. We know the dude puts incredible amounts of time in every day to stretch his limbs, make sure he's limber, make sure his body's okay. I can't worry every time he falls down now. Because if he does, then I'll just be stretching out every game. If he falls down and doesn't get back up, that's when we'll panic. But that's the same for any player. I don't want to see any player go down and get hurt. TSR Spurs look like they got milk. Yes, they do need milk, and they got the milk. AK-47, good evening to you. Robert, Alex Sarr has moved up a lot in the draft board. I do know who that is. I see him going a lot in the top 3. I don't know if they're playing as point guard or center at this point. Isaiah Collier is a name that you see a lot of mock drafts the Spurs taking. We'll see. Watch the Pistons draft Bronny to get LeBron to save their franchise. Their franchise is a mess. Darren, that's my one concern. The second half. Breaking news, Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant going to the same. Play was challenged, and it is upheld. Challenge lost. That's clearly a charge. Wemby wasn't moving. He was just standing there and got run over. Why would you challenge that, Atlanta? Why? I'm not tired, Butterfly. My right eye might have an infection or maybe just inflammation or whatever. I slept a ton today, so I'm not tired, but I am having issues with my right eye. So if I'm blinking or it's closing, my right eye is jacked up right now. That was a terrible challenge. No. Oh, okay. I got you, Miltano. I got you. That's a miss for the Spurs. Sohan with the offensive rebound. The putback is going to roll off the rim, but we have a foul. Sohan going to line for 2. The draft boards seem to be changing. There's a guy rolling something that was originally projected number 1. Now I see Collier going number 1. That's good. The top 5 picks are probably going to flip-flop a lot. The Spurs, at this point, will probably have a top 5 pick. I believe we're the 3rd worst team in the league. Sohan's first free throw good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't we? We're the worst in the Western Conference, and I think we're the 3rd worst behind the Pistons, and there's one other team in the Eastern Conference that's terrible right now. I forgot who it is. Somebody else only has is it Washington maybe? Drawing a blank. DeAndre Hunter with the jumper, no good. Gets fouled. I'm going to go to the line. My eye is red. Yeah, it's this one. My eye is definitely red. That's the one I'm having problems with. It is the Wizards? Okay, so I think, thank you, Brian. I believe we're the 3rd worst team, so if anything falls in line, we would have the 3rd pick overall. The draft boards are going to change constantly, so much like I do every year. Although this year was easy. The Spurs were drafting Victor Wembanyama no matter what. We knew that. For first free throw is good. Probably explore a few different players. Isaiah Collier would be one. Alex Sarr will do some scouting reports, how they would fit with the Spurs. I look at the starting lineup, and Zach Collins is the one that I think is not going to be the permanent fixture there. The question is, does he get replaced with the center or a point guard? Who the heck knows? Maybe by then, either Jeremy Sohan experiment is firing all cylinders. Wemby's going to take a long 3. That's short. And the Sohan tip is no good. Spurs are in the bonus already with 8 minutes to go. Holy crap. That's an early bonus. DeJounte Murray with bar now drives on Jeremy Sohan. Resets the offense, pass it out to Johnny Hunter. Hunter's going to take it at Wemby. Doesn't want to do that, so he'll pass it out to Matthews of the Garrison kind. Back to DeJounte for 3. Good. 4-point game. Good evening, Asia Babe. And Murray for 3. I don't think... No, the Charlotte Hornets pick is lottery protected, and they're a lottery team again. They're a lottery team again. They've been... They're not good. While we're on a timeout, I will go ahead and pull up the standings for tonight. We are getting close to 100 thumbs up, my friends. If you'd like to help support the channel, please do hit the thumbs up. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And it looks like this.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
And if you don't hit the thumbs up, Chuck Norris is going to come over your house and do this to you. And nobody wants to get Chuck Norris. Even Chuck Norris doesn't want to get Chuck Norris. What was I looking up? I was looking up the NBA standings. That's right. All right. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference. The Washington Wizards are 3-15, so they're a half a game worse than us. The Detroit Pistons are 2-16, have lost 15 in a row. They've lost 15 games in a row. Holy moly, they suck. Like, we suck. But they've been like bad for like they've been bad for a while. I'm stockpiling draft picks, so I don't know what their deal is, but the Pistons are terrible. As far as the Western Conference goes, the Grizzlies are 4-13. We are 3-14, so our winning percentage is 18%. 12 losses in a row. Spurs are 1-8 at home, 2-6 on the road. This is a home game. I can't believe the Orlando Magic have won 8 in a row. They're 13-5 now. They're second in the Eastern Conference. They have just all of a sudden put things together. They're 9-1 in their last 10. The longest winning streak in the NBA. It shows you keep drafting young guys eventually, except for certain teams, i.e. the Detroit Pistons, you're eventually your luck's going to turn around. Maybe that'll be us next year. Start getting some big winning streaks in. Wouldn't shock me. Anyway, back to the chat. Pat, good evening to you. I honestly want to see Zion Williamson going for a dunk tomorrow. Might be blocked by Wemby. That's going to be a tough block. Isabel, good evening to you. Yes, William. Well, if Chuck Norris punched me in the eye, I wouldn't have a head right now. So definitely not. Is it that noticeably red on stream? I know the bottom half of my eye is. It's not comfortable at all. Pistons' last win was October 28th. Yes, they are, William. Kobe Bryant on... I did a video on that. I sometimes forget Kobe Bryant was drafted by the Hornets. That's not pink eye, Anthony. My eye's not goopy. And it's not, it's not, if it was pink eye, it would be much worse. My entire eye would be red, and I'd have all that crusty crap in my eye. I don't have pink eye. Yet. If it's like that tomorrow morning, like if I wake up with crap in my eye. Brandon for 3, and he'll miss. His three-point shooting has not been very good this year. Cade, Ivy, Wiseman, Bagley, Osir, Duran. Yes. They are a ridiculous amount of picks, and they still suck. Garrison Matthews, step over 3. 1-point game. And Selena is back. One-point game. We have never not led in this game, I believe. If not, it's not since the first quarter. Sohan's going to drive in the paint, throws up a layup, going to miss it. Sohan's layups have been lacking this year. He's missed a lot in the paint, and the Hawks can now take the lead. DeJounte Murray versus former teammate Kellen Johnson, going to drive in the paint, throws up the layup, and there's the lead. Otis, I think he has over 10. The Hawks are on a 10-0 run as Sohan's going to drive into the paint, and this time he converts the layup because I was just criticizing making his layups because, of course, he made one. Cade and Wemby, some people are saying go after some players with Detroit. I don't know if any of them are up for trade. Bogdanovich will get the ball poked out by Wemby, and Wemby with the steal. Spurs on a fast break. Kellen going to take off in the paint and misses a layup, and then Wemby will throw down the
Thunder Dunk of Justice.
There's an offensive rebound for Wemby. And I'm going to hear a whistle before DeJounte Murray's 3. And that might be an offensive foul. I don't know what that's on. Mr. Dogma with a $2 super chat says, a lucky $2 so we can win. And then he says, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dogma. Appreciate you. Wemby is a Jay Cutler of basketball? Robert, how about that? Yes, we do, Ronald. We miss way too many layups. 48-45, and it will be Spurs ball. Oh, no, I will. I will, William. I had an issue like this last year. Wemby has 12.7 rebounds and 2 steals where I need to see an eye doctor. If it doesn't get better tonight with a full night's rest and taking my contacts out, I will definitely see my eye doctor. Kellen driving the paint. Very difficult layup. Makes the shot because you don't want to mess with your eyes. You do not want to screw with your eyes. Murray way out in three-point land. Get it over to Sadiq Bey's check back in. And now back to Murray. Murray's going to drive in the paint. Almost loses the dribble. 8 on the shot clock for the Hawks. Over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic in the paint. He'll now pass it out to Trae Young. A lot of passing. Trae Young now going to take the 3. Trae Young will miss the 3. And the rebound by Brandon. And now we have fast break for Kelman. He takes it into the paint. He throws it down hard for the old
Dunk of Justice.
They could have called a technical on that. Kellen kind of pulled himself up on the rim after that dunk, and I believe that's against the NBA this year. Couple shots in the paint, and finally Clint Capella with the putback in the paint. Oliver Cordier throws down that $5 super chat and a happy emoji. I like it. That's cute. Adorable. Now an alley-oop to Sohan.
Dunk of Justice.
Bogdanovic for 3, and both teams now just cooking on offense. The Spurs throwing down dunks left and right. This is getting fun. Brandon for 3. That one's no good. Way to steal. Way to kill the Thunder, Malachi. Is Chet Holmgren injured? I have no idea, Jax. Trae Young takes in the paint, misses a layup. And now a foul. An offensive foul on Clint Capella, I think. But everybody, thank you for your super chats tonight. Mucho apreciado. Thank you, William. Appreciate that. Good evening, AJ. Thank you for stopping in. I don't believe Josh Giddey's playing, and there's a lot of rumors going around that the Thunder may have knew he was having some... There's some extracurricular stuff going on, and like in the last year, I really can't imagine that's true. Trey Jones, corner 3. Nope. Why is Trey Jones singing 3s tonight? Or ever? Trey Jones harassing the heck out of DeJounte Murray. Defensively, though. And now pick and roll. Capella's going to get hit with another offensive foul. Yes, Carlos. I like to see Wemby bulk up a little bit. Not too fast. We don't want to see him gain weight too fast. His body might not be able to handle the tradition of weight gain. We just want to slowly see him get bigger. Leo, I agree 100%. Llama, good evening to you. Wemby's 3's rubbing off on Trey. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Giddey. It's something I'm not going to cover on the channel. I don't like covering that stuff if it involves a San Antonio Spur. I am sure as heck not going to cover it when it involves another team. That's just... I know it's sports news, and you got to present the facts, but I'm good. I don't know, Neb. I honestly don't know. Ronald, it is a good sign. Spurs ball up by 4. Oh. Demisel out in three-point land. Gets it over to Trey Jones. And in the shot clock. Back to Devin for 3. In and out Burger. And finally the Hawks will corral the rebound. DeJounte will bring it up. One-on-one with Sohan. Drives in the paint. Out to Trae Young. Trae Young now going to pass it off for 3. And DeAndre Hunter's 3 is good. Back to a 1-point game. We've had quite a few dunks tonight. It's something we couldn't say last year. Calvin with the ball right now. He will pass it out to Jeremy Sohan. He's going to take an open 3. Okay. Sohan shooting, I think they just had about 37% from beyond the arc. That should bring up to 38 since he doesn't take many threes. Young's going to fly into the paint right at Zach Collins and going to get fouled going to the line for 2. Amateur dog home. That's what Wemby does. He stuffed the stat sheet, but he'll also get quite a few turnovers too in the process. Ooh, come on now, Phil. I just saw that. I need to try a churro. I don't know if I've ever had one, JBG. Like Miss TSR said she loves churros. I have not had one as far as I know. Yeah, Carlos, if I take my contacts out, then I can't see my TV or the chat. So I'm going to keep my contacts in until the end of the game. I usually go over the stats at the end of the game. I might just call the stream there to immediately get my contacts out. All good, Phil. It's all good. Good morning, Jarling Chung. Thank you for stopping in, my friend. Churros are amazing. Devin Vassell spins around, passes out to Sohan. Sohan going to drive into the paint. Little jump hook is good. 59-55, 2.5 minutes to go. One YouTube I watched calls Wemby at wet bananas. Yeah, you know, I can't do it. Sadiq Bey is going to launch it, and it's good. I do make fun of the New York Giants a little bit, although I don't make fun of the player. I did make fun of Tommy DeVito once, calling him Danny DeVito. Trey Jones is going to almost lose the ball. Sohan gets the ball back. Sohan in the paint, and Sohan's going to turn around and throw down.
Thunder dunk of justice.
There's a lot of dunks tonight. This is ridiculous. I can't call them wet bananas. I just can't. Because then I'm making fun of them, and I don't want to make fun of them. And you guys call McDormand a lot. I'll say it once, but then I stop just to read your chats. But I don't want to make fun of any player's name of a team I like. Kellen's going to launch a contested 3, and he's going to get fouled. That's a bad foul. Vincent, good evening to you from Colombia. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, go Spurs go from the Philippines to you. Now I will say, Kalo, you don't mess with the Sohan. 61-58. Kelman at the line, not for 1, not for 2, for 3. I don't know if he has JBG. Kelman's first free throw is going to be good. Sorry if I'm playing with my eye. I have something wrong with my right eye, which you probably can see. It's red. Keldon Johnson, career points per game versus the Hawks, 20. Okay, he's got 12 tonight. He's got 13 tonight. 40 wins means 42 losses. You think we're going to go 40-42? Well, he's 2 of 2 at the moment, Daniel, unless you're predicting he misses the third one. No, he made off 3. I would like to see his percentage get closer to 80%. No, Carlos, it's okay. Yours is more in a playful, like, Wemba point guard or Wemba goat. Or I mean, I know you're having fun with it. I'm sure the Wet Bananas guy's having fun with it too. That doesn't, I don't know, seems more insulting than anything. I'm not calling them Wet Bananas. An alley-oop to Vassell? That's a bad pass. That's a turnover. Trae Young passed it across court, and that three-point by Bey is no good. Rebound and putback is also no good by Onkagu. It's Spurs ball. We can try to 2-for-1 here. Kelvin over to Vassell. He's going to take a corner 3. No good. 64-60. Heck, the Hawks can almost 2-for-1. Trae Young in the paint. Runner. Good. 64-62 is going to be a close one going to the half. Wemby has 12 or 14, I think. Vassell just standing way out in three-point land. Now it's start to drive. 2 on the shot clock, and it'll take a very difficult 2-point shot and make it. Okay. Nice job, Devin. And Hawks are not going to get the shot off. Because of the crazy stuff they can do? It just sounds weird. Yeah, but to each his own. I mean, hey, it's their channel. They can go where the heck they want. Wow, whatever they want. It is halftime. The Spurs have a 4-point lead. The question is, can they keep this going for 4 quarters? They have struggled, quite frankly, all year at maintaining leads for the most part. So this second half is going to be a real test. I want us to get the win tonight, though. I'm about to look at the stats right now, William, on who played well. Wemby's dealing with a slight hip injury, so maybe Pop's just resting him tonight. I don't think Wemby plays tomorrow, but I could be wrong. It's a back-to-back. It's against the Pelicans. We'll see. Well, let's pull up the halftime stats. And take a look at Atlanta first. Oh, I'm going to cover up my eyes here. The light is killing my right eyeball. All right, starters for Atlanta. Hunter with 9, Bay with 7, Capella with 6, Murray with 12, Young with 12, and then former San Antonio Spur DeJounte Murray with 9. He's got 3 steals tonight, 4 of 9 from the field. Young has 7 assists already, so very much on his way to a double-double. Off the bench, Onkagwu with 5, Wesley Matthews with 3, Bogdanovich with 8, Garrison Matthews with 3. So 9-man rotation for the Atlanta Hawks tonight. I seriously doubt we'll see Patty Mills. So there is that. If any Spurs fans were hoping to see how he does in the game, I don't think he's going to need playing time. For our San Antonio Spurs, it's a 10-man rotation tonight. Zach Collins with 5, Jeremy Sohan with 15, Keldon Johnson with 14, Victor Wembanyama with 12. So there's our big 3 playing well, if you will. Sohan 15, Johnson 14, Wemby 12. That's the kind of production you're looking for out of your starting lineup. Malachi Branham not giving us much. 0 points. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Why is Branham starting? With all due respect to Malachi. Off the bench, Champagnie was perfect from beyond the arc. 3 of 3. He has 9 points. Osman with 3. Charles Bassey with 0, but he did have 2 Thunder blocks of justice. Trey Jones didn't really get it going. 14 minutes, 0 points himself. He did have 3 assists, but he 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Not sure what's happened with his offense, but hopefully he picks it up in the second half. We'll need him to play better in the second half if we're going to win. And Devin Vassell off the bench with 8 points, though he's only 3 of 8 from the field. So some weird stats for our Spurs right now in the first half. Bassey with a whole 4 minutes. So here's why Charles Bassey doesn't get more minutes. You guys were talking about he should play more minutes. In 4 minutes, he didn't take a shot. Okay. He had 1 rebound, 2 blocks, 3 fouls. If the guy's not getting a million fouls, he's getting a million turnovers in limited time. So that's why he's on the bench, not starting. He's going to have to fix both of those if he wants to be a starter someday with either our Spurs or in the NBA in general. The Spurs outscored the Hawks 35-26 in the first quarter. The Hawks outscored us 36-31 in the second. The third quarter is really going to be the quarter to keep an eye on. As again, I hate to say it, the Spurs have really struggled to maintain leads. Hopefully that is not the case tonight. Let me pull up the chat and we'll talk to the chat. Seesaw game, yes. No defense. Lakers 60, Thunder 72. Thank you all here. No KP says, let's get those likes up. Well, they look like this if you're not sure.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
Cash Blue, good evening to you. And if you ain't down with our San Antonio Spurs and TSR Sports, we got 2 words for you.
Sucker!
Unknown to the Spurs still cooked. Yeah, not cooking. Yeah, dude. Blah, 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 blah. Pork chop sandwiches. Yes, Bassey's very, very defensive-minded. Barrow, I don't know what's going on with him, Cash Blue. He played so well in the Summer League, played well in the preseason, and now he just doesn't see NBA time. Bobby February, good evening. Yes, Jeremy having a very good first half so far. Bassey's a blockhead. Don't give up on the Sohan. I hate these damn laxatives. Okay, that was random, but... Mikhail Ski, thank you for stopping in. Cowboys 17, Seahawks 7. I fully expect the Cowboys to win that game. I'm sure Dallas fans do too. Tell you what, man, this might be TMI, but wait till you have your first colonoscopy. That's an interesting 24 hours. Just say that. Very, very interesting 24 hours. If you haven't had one of those yet. When you turn 45, whether you're male or female, that's when you all probably have to have one. Okay. Now it's all good, Carlos. It's all right, man. Boop. Amoni Bates is doing? I don't know there. July 26th, we're winning at the moment. And I said this numerous times during the stream. I really hope the Spurs win tonight. I don't see us winning a back-to-back against New Orleans tomorrow night. Then we get... I think we can beat the Bulls next week. I just want to see this losing streak end. And what better way to end the losing streak than against a former player that, while he didn't leave on bad terms per se, he did say some things about the team that weren't the most positive on his social medias. So I would really love for the Spurs to beat DeJounte tonight and end that darn winning streak. Spurs have been developing for 5 years. How many years are we going to be developing? Be smart. It hasn't been developed for 5 years, though. It really hasn't. They didn't commit fully to the rebuild until before last season. They were trying to win with DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge and Patty Mills and Rudy Gay. That clearly wasn't cutting it. They were trying with the DeJounte Murray and Derek White connection. That wasn't working. When they started trading away those players, Derek White and then DeJounte Murray, that's when we saw, now we're fully in a rebuild. Because don't forget, not my first year doing TSR Sports, but the second year, they had that good bubble run where they went like 5-2 in games that counted and had everybody excited that, like, hey, this team can compete. And no, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. No, actually, no, that was the first year of TSR Sports because it was the 19-20 season, and then the 20 season got delayed. So it was that first year where they had that bubble run and looked like they're competitive, so they tried it again the following year, and then it didn't work, and then they started slowly blowing things up. So this has been a full rebuild, in my opinion, for 2 years. It probably should have started a little earlier, but they had DeJounte here, they had Derek, they probably thought that was their backcourt, that was their franchise backcourt for the next decade. And then finally pulled the plug on that. They traded Derek, then they traded DeJounte in the offseason, and that's when we knew it's rebuild time. We are competing with Detroit for that. Barlow's been killing in G League. If we saw DeJounte, though, maybe we don't get Wemby. Everything happens for a reason. Exactly, July 26th. We were a playing team those first three. This is the 5th year calling team on our channel. The first 3 years they were a playing team. But instead we have Jeremy. Well. Oh, Money Mate struck 29 League. I didn't know that. Veronica was here. She could be celebrating the Cowboys. She's probably watching the Cowboys game, Carlos. Maybe she's at the game. Yeah, it's been a slow rebuild. It should have happened, I would say, 1 season earlier. It didn't. Here we are. But you know what? It's all good. We built up a ton of draft picks. We got Wemby. Granted, this season's been rough, and if I'm being honest, I did not think we would be this bad. I did not think we would be a playoff team. A lot of Spurs fans were saying 50 wins, 60 wins. We're a playoff team. I don't know why 60 wins. I don't think maybe nobody was saying that. But a playoff team, playing team, and I said my prediction was 38 wins at the beginning of the year. It's not looking like we're going to get to 38. They're going to really have to start turning things around. It looks like 28 might even be a stretch. I want to see improvements from last year. I want to see the team be competitive, win some games, and more than 22 wins. Even if it's only one more win, let's head north with the win column. Part of the journey, exactly. If only the Joshua Primo thing definitely threw us off. I don't think the Spurs organization expected to draft him and then have him off the team the next year. That hurts. That's the worst draft I think we've ever had. Granted, there's circumstances around that draft, but to draft 2 players and not have them on your team the following season, that was the year of Joshua Primo and Joe Wieskamp. Wieskamp played 1 whole year with us, gone, and then Primo got in trouble and he's gone. Just a terrible, terrible draft all around. Isabel, thank you. Appreciate it. Isabel's been here for, I think, a few months, Carlos, and she stays up really late. She's like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us overseas, so she's dedicated. Yes, I do know that, Kalo. I know Schengen was on board when we took Long Don Primo We don't know if it's long Don Primo. It could be short Don Primo. We didn't see it. Other people have. We don't know. That could be mini Primo for all we know. I don't know. Pmar, are you following the Clippers then? Because Joshua Primo did sign a G League contract, I believe, with them, a two-way contract. I don't think he's played an NBA minute with them. It's past 3 a.m. here in France. That's fair, Adrian. When Kawhi left the team abruptly, that totally derailed the team. The team was set to win at that time. They had Kawhi being our elite player, two-way player, carrying the torch that was passed from him from the big three. We had LaMarcus was not past his prime there. He was getting there. But we still had LaMarcus. We had Patty. We had young DeJounte, Derek. And then Kawhi leaving just really screwed the franchise up. DeMar is a good player, but prime DeMar DeRozan can't touch prime healthy Kawhi Leonard. Whether you like number 2 or not, a healthy prime Kawhi Leonard was one of the best players in the NBA. Oh, the Seahawks scored. Okay. Yeah, they did with the 2 wins against the Phoenix Suns. They really teased us this year. Every player named Josh is a problem. DeMar was a Band-Aid, yeah. I would agree. That's when people are saying get Zach LaVine. I'm like, if we get Zach LaVine, you know what that is? It's a Band-Aid. That's not a long-term solution. It doesn't immediately, make us an NBA Finals contender. It just puts us kind of play-in late seed mode, and he's got a massive contract. I don't think he fixes the team at all. I still prefer the Spurs Kawhi. Well, San Antonio Spurs Kawhi was the best version of Kawhi Leonard. Yes, he played with Toronto 1 year and was very good with them, but he was a 2-time Defensive Player in the Year with the Spurs. The Claw was a beast with us, and just injuries have derailed his career big time. No, he hasn't, July 26th. I don't know if they're booing DeJounte. And can anybody that's listening to the game and actually has a volume, I shouldn't say actually has a volume up. I can't have the volume up for copyright reasons, but if you're listening to the game at home, are they booing DeJounte at all? Or are they the boo subdued? I don't think the fans are as mad at DeJounte, even though it's been more recent, as they ever were with Kawhi Leonard. With DeJounte Murray, I like DeJounte. When he was here, we didn't look at DeJounte Murray and go, championship team. We didn't. Because we never, he never took the team anywhere as the guy. When you look at Kawhi Leonard at the Spurs, he was the guy. He was former NBA Finals MVP. The 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, perennial All-Star. So you look at Kawhi and you're like, there's our franchise. There's a guy that's going to help us win another ring. And then there's the injury against Golden State with Stupid Head jumping on his leg. And then it's, yeah. Murray did get us 3 picks. He did. I see something Spurs haven't been showing, and that is grit. They have been lately. The Spurs have been putting up more fight as of late. IFL, yeah, they'll always do it. I mean, and yes, he was, Brian. And Measy saying the Toronto version of Kawhi was his best version. Maybe offensively. I don't think so defensively. PMR, Van Fleet was I think he got paid $40 million a year from Houston. That's way too much. I like Vassell coming off the bench. We can go small ball, a lot of shooters, but awful defense. I still prefer Devin to starting lineup personally, Mohammed. The no Band-Aid campaign. I can play. Well, that's true. And I do have a volume control now on my Roku remote. Got the new Roku 4K setup. I don't have a 4K TV, but finally got a new Roku because I figured, want to make sure we're good with the streaming. Oh, I should claim that in my taxes. I got this for them. I claim that. I bought the new Roku because of the NBA season pass having some issues on my old Roku. Granted, I used my Roku for other things, but the main reason I got it was an NBA pass. Oh, let's put that down as a purchase. That could be true, Physique. That could be true. Jay Money, good evening to you. Wow, Joe, dropping it. Rich, do you see some Jet Li movies? I hate to say it, but if you ask me Jet Li movies, the first thing that comes to mind is The Expendables. I know I've seen other movies with him. I can't remember any off the top of my head. Giddey is playing. Is he really? Isaac, Sohan's probably having one of his best games or best halves of all time with the Spurs right now. He's got 15 first half points. He's on pace for 30. I don't know what his career high is, but I don't think he's hit 30. Isn't it? Oh, too late, July 26th. I mean, I have 2 Rokus, and it was easy when I set it up. All but like 3 apps, all the information carried over. So just for easiness, it made sense to get a Roku. Doug could be on the chopping block big time. And I don't think I've seen Fearless. I do not. He still had 30 last year. Thank you, Brianna. All right, so hopefully he goes for 31 tonight. It is Hawks ball. My apologies again if I'm blinking a lot. My right eye is really messed up right now. DeJounte Murray for 3, no good. Wemby with the rebound. If Jeremy is contributing all around, they should win the game. And that's a turnover by the Spurs, and I agree, William. DeAndre Hunter, one-on-one with Collins, out to Sadiq Bey. Bey back to DeJounte Murray. Murray's going to drive, back to Bey. Oh, Bey. Out to Hunter for 3. It is empty, by the way, in the Frost Center. There are a crap ton of empty seats tonight, as we're going to have a foul on Atlanta down the other end. What? Wow. Nobody's mentioned this, I don't think, tonight in the chat, but I just looked at the audience, and it is empty. I know the Cowboys are playing tonight. I don't know if that game is in Dallas or Seattle, but it is very empty in the Spurs arena. And the Spurs did have a Cyber Monday sale where it was half off tickets. Tickets probably going to be readily available if you want to see the Spurs these days. The losing streak, I'm sure, is causing a lot of fans to just say the heck with it and sell their tickets on SeatGeek or NBA.com or whatever, or Ticketmaster. It's unfortunate seeing the stands so empty already. Brandon pull-up jumper, short. Capella at the rebound. No, he didn't, William. No, he did not. Yo, Jacob, to you. Thank you for stopping in. 66-62. It is Hawks ball. Bay's going to launch it, and that's good. That's a 3, isn't it? Yes, it is. You know, Zach Collins could get traded. He's under contract, so that will help his trade value. It's not a huge contract. Collins for 3, as we talk about him. Misses the 3. I could be a Kalo, but Capella with the layup down the other end, and the Hawks have taken the lead. People could be coming back from halftime. I feel like it was empty, though, before the half. Kelvin's open for 3, takes the 3, and makes the 3. And the San Antonio Spurs have just 69, the Atlanta Hawks. It is Atlanta ball now. Trae Young, the pick and roll, drives at Wemby and throws it up. And wow, I thought Wemby was going to reject it. And now that's a double 69. 69s for everybody. Ooh, that's a turnover for the Spurs. But we still have 69s on the board, everybody. 69s. I'll stop doing this. All right. Atlanta ball. DeJounte 1-1 against Kelvin. Pull up. Jumper is good. And the Hawks have taken the lead 71-69. Vassell to the point. Probably worked better than Jeremy at the point. But it is what it is. Kelvin pull up jumper from the free throw line's good. So Kelvin and DeJounte Murray exchanging pull up jumpers from the free throw line. I think Zach would really hurt the growth of our teams, Militano, because he's a high volume shooter. It's going to take away opportunities from other guys. Personally, I don't want him. If the Spurs can get him on the cheap, like for a bologna sandwich, we're going to have an offensive foul on the Hawks. Okay, so be it. But I think they're going to want a lot of draft picks. I don't think Devontae Graham is ever going to start J Money unless it's an absolute emergency situation. He is buried on the Spurs bench, which tends to make me think they're going to try to trade him if he can. If they can. He's just not getting playing time. Joe Rand, who's holding the camera, my tripod is holding the camera. I would show you it to you, but I can't really have my camera look at the tripod. Capella's got 4 fouls already with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, and that's a turnover by Keldon Johnson. The Hawks have numbers. Trae Young to DeJounte Murray. Murray takes in the paint, and he is going to get fouled. 2 free throws coming up for DeJounte Murray. Trae Young is playing. Carlos, I don't know if... Caroline, I think, took a shot to the head. If you look to the right side of the video, who was on the court is right over here for you. Get a mirror. Oh, look at that. There's a way to cheat. It's Keldon Johnson. TSR, hold your phone like that the whole game. I don't know. I could do that, though, if I need to show you guys something real quick. Be like, all right, there's a... Look at the play. Look what just happened. It's very hard to see, I'm sure. Murray's first free throw is good. Devontae got a DWI. I don't know what he was on, but he got suspended for 2 games earlier this year. Both free throws good. You can barely see it. I'm sure I'd get in trouble if I kept my phone like that the whole game. Wemby going to pull up, and Wemby hits the jumper, 73-0. This is a good back and forth game. Wemby one more for $400. Well, good luck. I am really having. And now a turnover by the Hawks. Spurs on the run. Collins to Wemby. Wemby flies in the paint, and Wemby going to throw down.
Dunk of justice.
That's what we want to see. Wemby throwing it down, right? You can't stop it when he's in the paint. You're going to stop that 7'4" body flying at you? I don't think so. Murray throws up a very difficult jumper over Wemby. High arc are good. Oh, I got you, Joe. I got you. Insert Vassell now. Someone going to zip into the paint. Over under layup. Good. Over under layup? Yeah, sure. Why not? Teams, no defense in this game whatsoever, but it's been fun. And I just hope the Spurs have more points when it's all said and done. Trae Young out on 3-point lane, guarded by Malachi Branham. Trae asking for a pick and roll. We'll get the pick, get the roll. Oh, that's a stupid foul. And it went in. Is that going to count? Is this a possible 4-point play? Malachi Branham just runs into the back of Trae Young like a dumb A double crooked letter. That's a terrible foul. Is that a 3-point? No, he's on the line. He's on the line. That's going to be a 2-pointer. I think that shot counts. Malachi Branham foul. The chat's getting very French. You run into the back of the guy shooting the ball. I understand getting pump faked and hitting the arm or wrist or whatever, but to run into somebody's backside? Malachi out here ruining lives. Wemby had 16 and 9 in 17 minutes. Wow. Not bad for a guy that came in with this questionable status. Brandon will run into the paint and turn the ball over. All right. Pop. Time to take Malachi out. Come on. You used to do that to Lonnie Walker. Lonnie make a couple boneheaded plays and you yank him out. You got to yank out Malachi. He's not playing well. Stupid foul, stupid turnover. We'll send him on the bench and make him think about life. And now a foul on the Hawks. Silver and black, Porta Vita. Malachi, the new Jeremy. There needs to be another name for a Wemby dunk because it doesn't look like a dunk. It's something unreal. One superstar for the Spurs, who would you pick? Raul Patty Mills is not playing. He's barely playing in Atlanta. A current superstar? Carlos, it'd be Wemby pull-up jumper. Good. Wemby's on fire tonight. I want to pick somebody young in their 20s. Like somebody like LeBron or Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. They're all way north of 30. In fact, LeBron's pushing 40. I want somebody young with the guys. Pull up by DeJounte's no good. Jeremy gets whacked by Trae Young. No whistle. Spurs ball. Brandon going to drive in the paint. Throws up the layup. All right, Malachi. Way to shut me up. Appreciate it. I'd probably take somebody like a Luka Doncic. I think we need a point guard or center. Trae Young's going to take a mile-long 3. And it's good. Tied game. What a fun game. Nikola Jokic at center would be amazing. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, the young guys under 30 that are top of the league, I'd probably be looking at. Malachi's going to miss in the paint. Keldon with the offensive board gets it out to Wemby. Wemby's going to drive. 2 big steps. Pull-up jumper. No good. And DeJounte Murray with the rebound. I mean, Jokic is the best player in the NBA, so I mean, I would love Jokic on this team. Trae Young misses a layup in the paint. Malachi with the rebound will bring it up to the Spurs and passes to Wemby when he's not looking. Wemby luckily saves the ball. They're going to get over to Sohan. He's wide open for three. Fermi, 3-point specialist Sohan. Okay, 84-81. What a fun back and forth game between these two teams. You you look at the teams, you might not think much of a game like this, the Spurs and the Hawks, but they're putting on a good game. Both teams might get to 100 before the fourth quarter. Trae Young for a mile-long three. No good. Kelvin Johnson with the rebound. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 84-81, 5 minutes ago. Wemby's going to think about a three, pulls it down, gets it into Sohan in the paint. Sohan with the jumper. No good. Foul. Going to go to the line for two. I mean, Giannis and Wemby would be Twin Towers 2.0. I think that's probably why I'd lean towards that. Angel, not the biggest Pearl Jam fan, but I know the song. Ron, I've been hearing a lot that the Bulls are shopping their entire team too as well. I wouldn't mind Ayo. Ayo! Guys, would you guys be up first maybe getting Ayo on the cheap from the Bulls if he's up for trade from the Bull, from Chicago? DeRozan's still in Chicago. Most fun game to see. Yes, it's been very evenly matched. Ayo, I don't remember how to say his last name. It starts with a D, right? Domasu or Damasu? Sol 77, thank you for... You know what? I've said this on the channel before. I love the New York Giants to no end. But one of the main reasons I don't stream games is because there's so many stoppages in play. It's just, I can't do it. That being said, if I could get a co-host for Giants games, I'd probably be up for doing it, but none of my friends would want to watch the games with me. This TSR Sports is not a football fan, so I wouldn't ask her to do that. So for a live stream, it'll probably just be the Spurs, but I'm fine with that because if I stream the Giants games, that means I'll be doing the Giants and Spurs in the fall, and I just have too many things I like to do, too many activities, too many hobbies to just be, like on my couch for two games on a Sunday, like Giants from 1 to 4 and then Spurs from 8 to 10. It's not going to happen. You don't want Juan Soto on the Yankees? Really, Carlos? Jeremy is having a good game. Tyrese Halliburton, I'd be fine with him on the Spurs. He's not going anywhere. Cecil, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. By the way, anybody new to the channel, the TSR Sports, this is a sports channel, primarily a San Antonio Spurs channel, but also occasional NBA video. I'm a New York Giants fan, so Giants content's coming back on the channel. I'm also a Yankees fan. That'll come back next year. Probably make a lot of shorts on how I don't like Boone. That's for another time. But we have a wonderful sports community. Really enjoy having new folks come in, and the folks that have been here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it may be. And if you're a Spurs fan, make sure to hit the subscribe button because this is a lot of Spurs content here, which means a lot of Wemby content, which means I don't know where I'm going with that. But thanks for stopping in. Sohan shooting guard. Donovan Mitchell. Certainly wouldn't mind him on the Spurs. It's your boy Rico. Good evening. Yes, Jeremy's three-point shooting has improved significantly. You're going to call no, I am not calling 162 Yankees games a high. One, I don't have the Yes Network, so I can. But two, no chance. What I mean cover the Yankees next year is maybe some short videos and then the occasional live stream when they play the Red Sox. Miss TSR Sports is a Red Sox fan, so I think that'd be a lot of fun doing the games with her. Wemby on the bench, but 18 points, 9 boards, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. And doing that in limited minutes tonight. He'll probably sit out the rest of the third quarter. I see Pop playing him a lot in the fourth. Ergatso Zaymasta. Not sure if I said that right, but I give it a shot. And 2 free throws coming up for Jeremy Sohan. Otank and Blake Snell to the Dodgers. Is Otani still with the Angels, or did he go? Or wait, is he with the? Where did he go? Did he go to the Yankees? I have not been paying attention to the offseason whatsoever. I hate to say it. 84-81, and 2 Sohan free throws coming up. Wemby's defense has been just what we thought it would be. It is off the charts, and he's only going to get better. Tommy, I agree. Coyote coming in trying to dry the floor. There he is. Woo! Floor was dry, wet, and Coyote slid in there, dry it off. Jeremy Sohan's first one-handed free throw is good. 85-81. Jorge, this has been a great game. Ohtani is a free agent, and he's talking to LA. Thought he was a free agent, Phil. I just wasn't sure if he signed in. I didn't think he signed with the Yankees. 5 minutes to go. And a great game tonight. I don't think so either, Spurs one, but Chet Holmgren's having a good rookie year. Bogdanovich with the ball for the Hawks. 6 on the shot clock, 1-on-1 with Sohan. Nice bounce pass in the paint, and we're going to have a whistle on the Spurs as Nkongu gets fouled. 2 free throws probably count. I can't do baseball on TV. In person, it's fine. On TV, it's like watching paint dry. It is rough. Wenbin Coyote. Nice. That's Mrs. TSR Sports Coyote. She left him here. Boop, boop, boop. Spurs lead. Boop. Twerking. I don't know if I'm twerking him right. Since I don't know how to twerk, I don't know how to shake my booty because I don't have a booty. I'm railing. Well, not a railing, but I'm thin, so I don't have much to shake around. I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's get back to the game. First free throw is good. Second free throw on the way. I have no idea what the over-under on this game is. Second free throw, no good. Exactly. Spurs 1, end the 12-game losing streak. 2, beat DeJounte. Champagny for 3. He's been on fire tonight. Turning in from Zimbabwe. Good evening, William. Thank you for stopping in. 4 minutes, and, well, smoke them if you got them right about now. Bogdanovich with the ball out to former San Antonio Spur, DeJounte Murray. Murray free throw line jumper. That was one of his favorite spots as a Spur and still one of his favorite spots as a Hawk as he nails the jumper, 89-84. To the viewers, my apologies if you see me blinking or closing my right eye a lot. I've got an infection or something going on in there, but I'm still here streaming. The goal is to stream at least 78 games. Hopefully, if we can do all 82, that'll be the first time in the channel's history. As Dallas Sell hits a straight up 3. We've never called a full 82-game season for the Spurs, so I kind of want to try it this year. Even though the Spurs are losing a hell of a lot more than they're winning, I still want to do it. Murray with another pull-up jumper right around the free throw line. That one's no good. Vassell with the rebound, which can't figure out to this day why he's still not starting yet. He's coming off the bench. Or maybe Vassell will be our guy off the bench, and he's going to be our 6th man. Vassell drives by everybody, kicks it out to Osman. Wide open for a corner 3. Got to hit those, Chetty. Champagne's been playing well as of late, Coob. And now a hard foul by Champagne's. We're talking about him. Doug McDermott's out tonight. He's ill. I think McDermott's going to be traded sooner than later. Frank Kaminsky, no idea. Nah, Adrian, you know they call every foul. Yes, and the Spurs are competing in the third quarter, something they've struggled with. By the way, San Antonio is in the bonus. The Hawks are not yet, but Bogdanovich is at the line for 2 free throws. I think McDermott's the oldest player. Isn't he 33? So if they trade Dougie, I don't think we have any players over 30 if they did. Osman's like 28. Collins is what, 26 or 27? I don't think we'd have any. I think Dougie's the only guy over 30. Made both free throws. 92-86, my friends. I like that. Yes, well, I have to do it. I got to do it. Him and Brogdon. So if the Spurs ever got Malcolm Brogdon, I would drive you guys crazy. Trey Jones going to pass it out to Vassell, who takes a 3. Spurs are probably going to get to 100. Well, thank you, Carlos. What's the score in the Lakers OKC game, by the way? If you don't mind letting me know in the chat, anybody. Matthews for 3. That Matthews 3 of the Garrison kind is no good as they have Wesley Matthews as well. Vassell going to sprint down the court into the paint. Tough layup is good. And 1. Let's go. Come on, Spurs. Let's get a win tonight. Let's finish DeJounte Murray. I have no problem with DeJounte Murray for the record. I want to see our team get a win after 12 losses in a row. And if we're going to do it against anybody, let's do it against a former Spur. Over 100 at the end of the third would be terrific. ACN, I don't know why Vassell's not starting. We're going to have a timeout. The Spurs are up by 11 with Vassell going to the line. Lakers are down by 20? To OKC? All right. Do they have some injuries or something that's going on with that team? Because they just got annihilated by the 76ers. Now they're losing to the Thunder. Good evening, Edgar. And by the way, Ray, good evening to you. We must win versus number 5. And number 5 was your favorite, wasn't he, Jorling Chong? Good old number 5. What is the formula for the Spurs' success? The Jordan 257? Right now, for any type of success, is being consistent for 4 quarters. This team has had many a first quarter lead, a lead through 2 quarters, a lead through 3 quarters, and many times they've just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, blowing leads left and right. So maintaining a lead and playing a solid 48 minutes, I think right now is the biggest key to us winning a game, because they have not done that much at all this year. Vassell's a little injury prone. I can't argue with that. Beat yesterday beat the Pistons. The Pistons are the worst team in the NBA. So they're playing a back-to-back. That's probably why they're losing. Why is it? You're right. You're right. I hope the Spurs win Boo Day. OG TSR Selena is the key to the Spurs. OG Selena Gomez, but we haven't put Selena up on the screen yet. Let's put her up.
When you're ready, come and get it.
By the way, that cheesy metal song was done none other by yours truly. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm a musician. I play guitar, bass, drums, and do vocals. I love being a musician. I hope to have the New York Giants Stink song together within the next few weeks before the season's over. I just have been gotten really busy. Taking care of Miss TSR Sports has also, been a priority. Do not send me a text right now saying you're sorry about that. I was more than happy to do it. But I do want to get that. I love making music and want to start getting more songs up here. I had the Slaughter to Prevail cover that's been in the works for forever. That's an old clip, Shiv Moon. That's from, I think 2014. She was very young there. Probably 21, 22. Yes, Butterfly, we want more of this, the Spurs being up. I'm not much of a slapper, but I can slap a little bit, All Hero, No Cape. The few songs I know, like Higher Ground by Red Hot Chili Peppers, well, it's a cover of Stevie Wonder. A couple Rage songs, Rage Against the Machine. But I don't know a lot of slap. Since I play a lot of I used to play a lot of faster stuff, the bass lines usually just follow the guitar. It is Hawks ball, 2.5 minutes to go, and the Spurs 98-86. Bogdanovich with the ball right now against Zach Collins. Going to drive into the paint, pass it out to Sadiq Bey for 3, and Bey will drain the 3 from the corner, 98-89. Why my soundbar sometimes not recognize my HDMI cables and need to be turned off and back on before it recognizes them again? Could you have a faulty cable? Phil, have you tried a different cable? That would be my first suggestion. Try a different HDMI cable and see if you still have the same problem. And that's a foul in Atlanta, which means 2 free throws coming up for the Spurs. No, Jack, she's watching this stream. She does hang out. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she does watch the live streams. She tries to watch every single one. I think she actually has watched every single one. She hasn't been here. So she does read all your comments, gets a kick out of you guys. That's all I got. 311? No, Dave. So we have Zach Collins at the line for 2. Musically, the stuff I played the most is probably Metallica. As far as covers go, just playing along. First free throw's good. I loved Quiet Riot back in the 80s, so a lot of Quiet Riot. A lot of 80s metal in general. As I've gotten older, though, I'm starting to forget a lot of that stuff. And more of my own written music is now pushing that stuff out. Sing Man in the Box. And we have a technical. Trey Jones at the line to shoot it, and he blew it. You had one job to do, and you blew it. Quinn Snyder got technicaled. I don't want to try singing after calling a game for this long. Collins at the line for one more. Free throw is good. Spurs have clips 100. You have tried different cables. Ooh, I got nothing then, Phil. That's weird. Trae Young, runner in the paint. Good. And one. Copland is a great movie. That's one of Sloan's best performances. Adrian, we'll see. But I want to appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight on the Monday night. I know Monday Night Football's on, so that's something you could be watching as well. And the Spurs are on a huge losing streak, but you guys are still hanging out for the streams, and I do greatly appreciate that. Made the three-point play. It's going to be Spurs ball, up by 8, looking to finally get on the winning side of things. One thing, though, you could do if you haven't done so, I'd like to get 250 thumbs up if possible sooner than later. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
Trey Jones, Mr. Runner. Now Osman, as the Spurs got the offensive board, misses a 3. Osman having a bit of an off night tonight. Trey Jones, Florida is cringed. Lakers versus OKC, 101-86. Trae Young, jumper good. 6-point game. That's a back-to-back for LA, so yeah, there. Probably had a lot of expectations that one. Osman with the ball for the Spurs. Out to Trey Jones. Jones going to launch a 3. Trey Jones finally hits a 3. 103-94. Spurs back up by 9. Both teams in the bonus. Nice, Gabriel. Building a commander deck. Who are you building? Hopefully it's somebody I know off the top of my head. Meal, the defense is not good. Tell me something I don't know. Trae Young for 3. Terry Rozier has 37. Vassell's going to launch a 3. Off the rim, no good. And out of bounds on the Spurs. Most genuine, consistent Spurs content music. Well, thank you, William. That's actually a huge compliment. Most genuine. I guess it's easy to say genuine when there's been a lot of, I'm sure, channels covering the Spurs now that didn't care about our team previously. Trae Young drives in the paint, gets the layup, one and a foul. Not going to get it. Obviously, TSR Sports, we've been here through the good times and bad. It's been more bad than good, but that's okay. Trae Jones way out in three-point land. There's about a 5.5 difference between the shot clock and game clock. Drop it off to Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Devin. Crossover. Baseline jumper. Ooh, very tough jumper. No good. Going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. I know Luka Samanic is getting minutes. Smash the like or Pop will get on the mic and say, show some respect. Nice. Our defense has been bad all year. Sean, 2 heavens does 1. It does double tap triggers. It's... Oh, wait. I have her built. Or him. The red, white, black. It's whenever... I think it's whenever anybody attacks. If there's a trigger from one attack, it doubles it. So, like, if you have a card that whenever an opponent attacks you, they lose 1 life, it doubles it. I know what you're talking about. I have that deck built. It's one of my budget decks. It's a fun deck. It doesn't win often. But like if you have Aurelia, the Ward Leader, when she attacks, you get that extra turn. That triggers twice, and you actually get 3 attack steps. So yes, that's a fun deck. Vassell's first free throw, good. Yeah, we're talking Magic the Gathering, by the way. Fashion, you think, why ahead going to roll if we win? Made them both. And now at the end of the quarter, Trae Young's going to launch it. And it's good. Trae Young had help. Both teams got to 100 already. Love the Magic Gathering talking to Spurs live stream. Greatest stream live. Trae Young shot that over Wemby. Had to put a little extra oomph on it and got it up in there and over Wemby. That's an impressive finish for Trae. We got a good game. For anybody that doesn't know, since we're talking Magic here a little bit, I've been playing Magic the Gathering. I was casually playing, like, very little from 2003 to 2010. I used to play, I don't know, Vintage, Legacy, whatever the 60-card format was with no rules. I would play usually an Affinity Artifact deck or tribal decks like Vampires or Elves. Then I discovered Commander in 2011, and that's been my format of choice since. I don't play much anymore because my friends haven't been playing. I used to play on something called Spell Table online. They've kind of disappeared. Oh, maybe some of us could get a Magic Gathering game going over spell table. You guys and over the chat here. Is anybody up for it? The newest set has some. Gabriel, I have a hard time buying new cards because I have so many decks that the only thing I bought this year, because it was a good deal, is Amazon Prime on Black Friday had a few Magic sets on sale, and I do enjoy cracking packs, and they had Jumpstart 2022 on sale for $66, and that box is usually like $100. It's like 24 packs for $66. There's some good reprints in there, so I did buy a box, and actually pulled out the most expensive card. I pulled up the Rat Legend guy. It's like a $40 plus card. It whenever another rat attacks, it gets plus X for each other rat on the board. So it's a rat commander. I don't have enough relentless rats or rat colonies, I think is the other guy, to build a deck. But I was like, well, shoot, I pulled the most expensive card in the set. So worth it. But I did pull a lot of stuff I can use. I actually haven't updated my decks yet. I opened that like a week ago. I've just been busy with rearranging comics, taking care of a loved one, 2 loved ones, girlfriend and her dog, and 3 loved ones. So I've been busy with that, and eventually I'll update the decks. But my closest friend, I used to play one-on-one with him. He's been busy. I had a play group. They've disappeared this fall. So who the heck knows? No, Neil, they can't. I'm not a Risk guy. I've played it a couple times. Not a huge fan. I would play it again, though. I mean, if friends ask. From 15-5 and now 11-4. Yeah, but you know what? It's a good game, Phil. It's a good game. That's all we can ask. Spurs ball to start us off in the fourth quarter. Calvin with the ball will throw it up, and it's a missed shot, but he's going to go to the line for 2. And classic NBA League Pass, they came into the quarter from a timeout, and the clock was already running. It's 11:42. Calvin at line 2. Get wifey sick. I'm not married. I have a girlfriend fashion. She had knee surgery, so I was helping her out because obviously she was not very mobile, couldn't walk her dog, so I was walking the dog, feeding the dog, picking up poop. So when you know it's real, my friends, when you're picking up a loved one's dog poop. It is Atlanta ball. Trae Young, one-on-one with Wemby, 106-101. And a nice, beautiful bounce pass to the Spurs defense to Onyeka Okongwu for the little jumper in the paint. League pass is wild. Vassell to Wemby. Wemby out to Osman. Osman thought about the 3, pulled it down. Now Osman back to Wemby. Wemby against Bogdanovic. Rifles it across to Jones. Jones back to Osman for 3. I knew that was not going in the minute he shot it, and it didn't. That just looked off. Don't play Risk with people you tend on staying friends with. Okay. Trae Young drives by everybody and gets the layup. Even blew by Wemby. It's a 1-point game. The whole Spurs defense was like the Red Sea there. Just let him go in. Jones in the paint. Alley-oop to Wemby and 1. Thought he was taking a shot. He actually tricked me up and actually threw it to Wemby. And Wemby got the bounce off the glass and 1. Did that just go through Kelvin's legs? That Young pass to Okongwu may have gone through Kelvin's legs. But I would love to get to 200 thumbs up, Butterfly. This is one of Sign's better games, Blaze and Baking. This has been a really close game. 108-105 Spurs in desperate need of a win on a 12-game losing streak. Wemby having a solid game, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. He was on pace for a double-double in the first quarter. The rebounds have slowed down significantly. Yes. I don't want to see us give up this lead. Lazy Jones, good evening, my friend. It is Hawks ball. Trae Young, one-on-one with Calvin, 10 on the shot clock. Trae Young has been on fire. And, of course, as soon as I say it, he started dribbling around and just dribbling out of bounds. Whoops. Calvin even barking at him. Trae Young putting some moves on it. Boop, 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 and just lost the ball. Wemby's open for 3. Takes the 3. Front rim, no good. Okongwu with the rebound. He was open, so, I don't mind him taking the open. Bogdanovic for 3, no good. And Bay gets the rebound. Bay gets blocked by Wemby. Sohan goes to the floor, now a little behind the back to Wemby, picking up off the ground. Nice effort by Sohan. Champagny for three, and Champagny's on fire tonight. He has not missed from three. He's going to miss one now that I said that, but he's like 5 of 5, isn't he? Mike Smith, it's been a good game. It's been back and forth. Champagny, 15 points, perfect from beyond the arc, and Bogdanovich with a jumper in the paint, good, 112-107. It's been back and forth all night. Spurs have been up by 15, by 10, by 5, tied, down by 1. A fantastic game, though, between these two teams. And hopefully the Spurs close out with a win. Champagny with another 3. Yep. Knew it was coming. Knew he was going to miss. As soon as I said he went perfect all night, the jinx was on. Matthews for 3, no good. Champagny with the rebound. We'll get it to Devin Vassell. Vassell bring it up for the Spurs. A little over 9 minutes to go in the game. They get it to Wemby. Wemby double team. Breaks the double team. And Wemby back to Devin Vassell. 12 on the shot clock. Devin out 3-point land calling for a pick and roll. He's just going to launch a 3 instead. Okay. All right. Groovy, go Spurs, go to you. Up by 8. Let's keep the pedal on the metal the whole game, though. Play a solid 48 minutes. Nah. Chicago in the paint gets the layup and 1. I think the foul's on Sohan. 4 Spurs with 20-plus points, Boudet? Sean confirms Wemby is gas. If he's gas, he's probably coming out then. Yes, close the game. And I haven't put up one of these in a while. All right, free throw coming up. Yeah, Champagny, exactly. Finally looking like summer Champagny. The Warkies, that is a win possibly you're smelling. We still have plenty of time left, but the Spurs are playing well tonight. But Wemby's injury was a right hip tightness. I think that's what he was on the injury report for. He was questionable. Getting a breather now. He'll probably come back in with 4 or 5 minutes left and close out the game. Give and go to Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy with the layup. Jeremy having a fantastic game. 117-110. Nice pass from Zach Collins. 8.5 minutes ago. Spurs up by 7. Trae Young will drive in the paint. Layup. Good. And Trae Young has been unstoppable in the second half. Collins with 7 points and 7 assists. I don't know how many points Trae Young has. It's got to be. It feels like it's north of 25 at this point. And now a reach and foul on Okongwu. Champagny was playing great in the preseason in Summer League, Ronald, and then he just could not get it going. He started a few games and didn't play very well. It looks like he's finally found his stroke. So hopefully he keeps it, because we could use a 3-point shooting off the bench. And if he keeps playing well, you're going to see less and less of Doug McDermott in the lineup. And Champagny and Osman, I'd like to see really play when they're playing their best basketball, they can really, really help our bench. 117-112, 8 minutes ago. Spurs ball. Devin Vassell way on 3-point land. 6 on the shot clock. Over to Collins. Collins going to drive. And it's 2 on the shot clock. He's going to knock out of bounds, and there's 1.6 seconds on the shot clock. Spurs versus Trae Young, it feels like that. It does. Jeremy, Dev, KJ, and Wemby with 20-plus. Boudet, wow. Okay. And Champagny's not too far off of 20 either. Could we have 5 guys go for 20 tonight? And get the ball in the Kellen. Kellen's going to take the shot with the clock expiring. Misses the shot. Tough shot. Now Bogdanovich for 3 down the other end. No good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. Devin will bring it up for the Spurs into Collins. Collins 1-on-1 with Bogdanovich. And now gets double teamed. And they're saying he was pushed. That's a foul. Good morning from the Philippines, Jay. Don't say that, Mike Smith. Never say that. AC, he came with an injury, though. I think Papa's going to save him for the last 4 or 5 minutes. He'll be back in at the end of the game. He's not out for the rest of the game. No way. Osman at Champagny, we keep. One of our guards have to go, either KJ or Sohan or Vassell. No, none of those 3 are going. I can't see any of those 3 being gone. Trey Jones with the ball. Over to Champagny for 3. No good. And now he's missed 2 in a row because I said he was perfect. That's right, Carlos. I forgot you're an hour ahead of me, my friend. Thank you, Butterfly, for being welcoming. And everybody, thank you for being here, whether you're a Hawks fan or Spurs fan or just hanging out in general. That's a turnover by Atlanta. Spurs on a fast break. Kelvin going to take it coast to coast. The layup is no good. The putback by Sohan's no good. And now the Hawks have numbers down the other end. Trae Young going to take in the paint, passes it off. And Bogdanovich with the layup. And Pop's going to call a timeout. 117 to 114. The Spurs are in the bonus again, by the way. They've been spending a lot of time on the bonus. So we can't say the Spurs are getting the calls tonight. Trae Young with 36, 11, and 3. I figured he was north of 25, Jason, and he's way north of 25. That was Boudet. I didn't like Kelvin. He blew it. He blew it. Rolly, I think McDermott gets traded before the All-Star break. He's not part of the long-term rebuild plans. He's north of 30. He's on an expiring contract. I think he'll be part of a trade. And yes, we have been bad at fast breaks, Kokushibo. We have been. Run the clock? I can. It's a timeout, Ken. Unless you're talking about the Spurs running the clock. I don't think that's going to work. He'll fall off so fast. He was right there before. Get right back in there. Imagine Wemby's stats if he was allowed capable of playing 32-plus minutes per game. Next year, Phil. Next year. Not this year. Probably next year. If we could have one starter pair with Wemby, I mean, Jason, somebody asked that earlier. I threw just younger stars in the NBA out. Luka Doncic, would give us our point guard of the future. Somebody mentioned Tyrese Halliburton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic. I mean, any of those top players at their positions that are under 30 certainly would be great. I don't think any of those players are coming to the team. We're going to have to continue to build through the draft. And building through the draft, has worked before. Stevie, good evening. Dallas getting worked by them Hawks. Oh, wow. That's a good football game, too. Nuke Saunders. Love the first name. Nuke. Remember Nuke from RoboCop 2? That too much of a stretch? Okay. Yes, Carlos, you've been here since 2019. Thank you. I can't wait till we get to 25,000. It's going to be a tougher stretch than I thought it would be. I thought we'd hit 25,000 by the end of the NBA season with the Spurs losing. Unfortunately, interest in the Spurs isn't as high as it was at draft time. But I still think 25,000 is possible next year. And we'll just keep working at it. Doing Giants content and Yankees content will certainly help grow the audience. And it's going to be a weird channel next year. It's going to be San Antonio Spurs plus New York Giants plus New York Yankees. So it's 2/3 New York, 1/3 San Antonio. This is first and foremost a San Antonio Spurs channel. So if you're looking for a cool place to hang out either during live streams or share your opinions with other Spurs fans on videos, we do that here too. So we'd love to have you join our community. The Pistons are terrible, J-Money. They are absolutely terrible. I can't believe that a salsa commercial. Was that on there in the Spurs game? Shan Penny, by the way, is 15 points as a season high.
It's not so yet. You don't remember, I will let you forget.
All right, I just wanted to face no more for whatever reason. Favorite between a team, Sweet Jones Jr.? Honestly, it's a tie between the New York Giants and the San Antonio Spurs. The Yankees are right after that. And the inbound pass is stolen, but we immediately have a whistle. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. 1964. My audio is not in sync with my video all of a sudden. I don't know what happened there. 117, 117. They may pass to something weird. The Hawks hit a 3, and they're on a 10-2 run in the last 2 minutes. We'll get my clock correct. My apologies. I was watching the game. I'm like, I'm hearing audio in the future, and the game all starts slowing down. So, I don't know what happened there. The Cowboys are losing. Oh, they're down by 1. Thank you, Roy. It's all tied up. DeJounte Murray pull-up jumper. goes in. My clock is a little behind. I'm going to fix that right now. All right, now I'm only a couple seconds behind. 119, 117. Kellen drives in the paint. The layup is... He missed it. Got his own miss. Out to Collins. Collins in the paint. Huge collision. Offensive foul. Do not fourth quarter this game, Spurs. Wait. Bro, I don't care if you do New York content, but how about not doing Spurs games? Not doing Spurs games? I'm a Spurs fan. Why would I not? I'm totally confused. Am I misreading that? Not do Spurs games? Jonathan Murray guarded by Victor Wembanyama out in three-point land. He's just going to launch the three. Missed the three. Collins with the rebound. Yes, make adjustments. Jeremy's going to drive in the paint. Out to Champagny for three. Can't buy a three anymore. Fast break with DeJounte. Into the paint. Throws it up and in. We're down by 4. That's the biggest lead of the game. $121, $117. 5 minutes and some change to go. Wemby, one-on-one with Capella. Turned the ball over and then took one in the face. Is he okay? He's all right. Still Spurs ball. Back to Wemby. Now he's going to launch a three. Missed a three. Trae Young's going to launch a three. No good. Wemby with the rebound. Oh no, Urban Wild. My NBA pass was off. So I'm going to drive in the paint. Gets the layup. Good. My NBA pass, all of a sudden the video froze. It's the first issue I had tonight, so only one issue. And it turns out the audio was still going, but the video was delayed. Sohan with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Oh, minimize the New York content during Spurs broadcast. I got it. But if people ask about it, I'm going to talk about it, especially if we're in a timeout. That's a miss for the Hawks, and Sohan's going to come in and throw it down hard with the
Dunk of justice.
tie game. Tie game. Timeout Atlanta. Yeah, they are a Cowboy X Factor. Tie game. Jeremy having his best game of the year by far. I believe his career high is 30. Let's get a win tonight. Good evening, Toby. From what I saw now, we are tanking. Why do we have to blow leads before Pop bringing the good... I don't know. Why is Devin Vassell not starting? Sohan, what a statement game. Yes. Yoj, thank you for showing up. And thank you for stopping. Excuse me. Rich, I can't believe you haven't shown the game. I did show the game. I did do it once, Phil. I did do it once. So here's another one for you.
Sucker!
My prediction right now is 10-72 for the Pistons. Oh, that would be awful. Sugar J Cherry, good evening. Vassell did great off the bench tonight. I mean, Champagny's was playing great, but now he's missed a few. He's missed his last 3 threes because I opened my mouth and said he's been perfect tonight. No, Stonehand's not a point guard. No, he's not. Why I said in the last video for our channel yesterday, I said, why don't we experiment with the lineup of Victor Wembanyama, Jeremy Sohan, Kelvin Johnson, Devin Vassell, and Trae Jones? Just throwing that out there. He does shoot with no hesitation, yes. Rich, do you think 3 board wipes is too many? For Magic? No, it's about right. You're playing white, black, red, so you could run like Wrath of God, Damnation. You're probably gonna want an Exile one, just because there's so much indestructible stuff. But no, 3 is pretty good. Or you could have versatile ones like Austere Command or something similar where you can pick modes. All right, I'm done. And a good evening. Like the only ones I see are the great. Wow, are you talking about the Pistons? I mean, they're bad. We're in a timeout right now, but I mean, even when I do New York Giants, well, I'm not gonna do New York Giants live streams, but even when I did, I would sometimes talk about the Spurs because people come in. It's like people aren't coming in and say, "What do you think about like the Lakers game last night? Did you know they lost by as I mentioned, you lost like 44. I mean, it's going to happen. I try not to do that while the game's going. I'll try to be better about that. But in timeout, let's talk about whatever. We're talking about Magic here. 121, 4 minutes ago. Beavis. Hey, Beavis. Thank you for stopping in. It's been a good game. The Spurs are winning. We got a good crowd, but we actually have a really good crowd here at the end of the game. Would love to get to 200 thumbs up if we can. Only you can make that happen. By the way, Sohan 28, Vassell 22, Wemby 21, Johnson 20. Last time Spurs had 4 players with 20 plus points, April 6th of last year. Really? I didn't realize we did that last year. I thought it was going to be farther back, but nope, it was pretty recent. Let me get back to the game. Trae Young will whip it in an alley-oop dunk by Clint Capella. 123, 121. Good evening, Jared. July 26. That sounds about right. Sohan into the paint, passes it out to Collins. Collins can't hold the pass. Almost a turnover. Kelvin gets the ball back to Sohan. Sohan in the paint. And he's going to get fouled. I would say, I mean, there's people subscribed to the channel that aren't fans of any of the teams. Like Cowboy X Factor's been a loyal subscriber. He's not a Giants fan, a Yankees fan, or a Spurs fan. He just enjoys the community. So that's probably 1%. I would say 95% is probably Spurs. 1% Giants, 1% Yankees, maybe 1% United States Women's National Team. I don't know. All right, William, you got it. Sohan at the line for 2. First one's good. The Spurs are in the bonus. The Hawks are not. Spurs have 3 timeouts left. The Hawks have 2. Nets lost from the Hornets 129 to 128. That sounds like a fun game, though. Jeremy makes a second one. Is Jeremy at 30 points now? 30 points. Tied his career high. Spurs, Steelers, and Rangers. There you go. Fair enough for the Spurs. The Spurs are going to have more than 10 wins. Trae Young gets fouled, going to the line for 2. Oh, I can't tell you how bad I want this win. 12-game losing streak. I'd like to see that go away. Beat DeJounte. That's the cherry on top. Trae Young at the line for 2. First free throw is good. 124 to 123. I do not, David. I don't have any Yankees jerseys, so I'm being transparent. And I only have an Eli Manning jersey for football. These jerseys here, this just sort of happened because of this channel. 2 of the jerseys on the wall I did not purchase. You guys gracefully did. Don sent me the Manu Ginobili jersey, and Phil sent me the Wemby jersey that are on the wall. Everything else I did purchase. I've been looking to get another New York Giants jersey. Spurs ball, Devin Vassell. Dribbling around back to Sohan. 5 on the shot clock. Jeremy's going to drive in the paint. Tries to get it to Wemby. That was not a good play by Jeremy. I don't know if he was trying to go for a layup or an alley-oop or somewhere in between. It did not work, and that's a Spurs turnover. 125, 123, 2 minutes and 50 seconds ago. Trae Young out 3-point lane. He's got almost 40 tonight. And finds Clint Capella wide open in the paint for a dunk. Cannot leave somebody wide open in less than 3 minutes in crunch time. And give him an easy play like that. Spurs with 31 assists tonight. The Hawks have 23. Devin Vassell's going to drive into the paint and turns the ball over. Pass it right to Sadiq Bey. 4-point game, and the Spurs are starting to fall apart a little bit here at the end of the fourth quarter. Murray guarded by Victor Wembanyama. 1-on-1. He's going to get the ball poked out. Wemby falls down and gets back up again. Murray still with the ball. Free throw line jumper. No good. Kellen with the rebound. Gets it up to Sohan. Sohan drives into the paint. Out to Devin for 3. There we go. 1-point game. We have a quick pause and play. Dre the Boxer, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Hawks fan, any Hawks fans, thank you for being here. Spurs fans, as always, thank you for being here. We have a great game tonight. CJ, who dat? 1:45 to go in the game. Trae Young out on 3-point land. The Hawks with a 1-point lead. Ball almost gets deflected and stolen by Devin. Bogdanovich gets the ball back. Over to DeJounte. He's wide open. Oh, that hurts. DeJounte for 3. That hurts. Hawks 14-33 from beyond the arc. Spurs 17-33. Wemby gets the ball to Sohan. Sohan was open. Gets it back to Collins. Collins with a little jumper in the paint. Good. 2-point game. J Money. Oh, CJ's J Money. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. 2-point game. 1:06 to go. Trae Young way on three-point land, guarded by Sohan. Pick and roll with Clint Capella. Trae Young over Victor Wembanyama. Way high off the glass, and it's in. Holy crap, Trae Young is torching us tonight. Pop's going to call a timeout. The Hawks aren't doing this game? They enjoy the boxer. Are no Hawks fans? As a Spurs fan, I'm always live for our team, whether we win or lose. And there's been a whole lot of losing since the channel started in 2019. But no Hawks fans covering this game? That's kind of a shocker. Trae Young is very on tonight. Spurs, Dodgers, Falcons, Vegas, Golden Knights. Nice, Phil. No, our defense sucks, Neil. It's been bad all year. Trae with 38. That one guy, that's the goal. Spurs, another number one pick. You know what? Even if we're losing, I don't care. I'm putting it up. Support my team. Growing pains indeed, CB. Isaiah, well, that's because Hawks fans don't exist. Ouch, Phil. That's not true. Trey the Boxer is a Hawks fan, and he was in the chat. Hi, Jeremy probably is exhausted. Trey has 40 now. Spurs, Lakers, Yankees. An interesting combination to say the least. Need to get on the treadmill. Okay, Omar. Patty Mills is on the Hawks, yes. Patty's on, yes. Not playing tonight, but Patty Mills is on the Hawks. So 2 former Spurs, Patty Mills and DeJounte Murray. They both left under very different conditions. It's going to be Spurs ball. They're going to take it in on the Hawks end, and they're down by 4, which means we need a bucket and a stop and a bucket. Captain Obvious here. Sohan will get it into Wemby. Wemby going to drive. Whoops. Let's start the clock. Wemby's going to miss the layup at the rim. They need to put the Go Spurs go up. And it's Atlanta ball. Trae Young way out by the half-court line, guarded by Sohan. Starts to drive. Off-balance jumper. No good. Going to get fouled. The Hawks are outscoring us 33-23 in the fourth quarter. First free throw is good. It's fourth quarters. Don't look, Coyote. Don't look. So, yeah, that's how teams learn. Another timeout. I don't think Wemmy's playing tomorrow night. Having the injury and a back-to-back against Pelicans, probably not. I hope not, Phil. Spurs are the worst team of all time? I don't think I'd say that. Carpenter Apprentice, we need a lot of Wemby magic. We're down by 6 with only 40 seconds left. I wouldn't mind Trae Young on the team. Not happening. I'll just tell the crowd to stop clapping. All right, Militano, thank you for stopping in. If anybody's checking out, I'll be here to the end of the game. We'll be live tomorrow night for the Pelicans and Spurs. That game is at 8 p.m. Eastern, I think. Let me double check. Miss TSR Sports will be watching the game with me, so it's always fun to have her. She's going to be rooting for Jordan Hawkins, former UConn player. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We had this game all night. We are getting close to 200 thumbs up. We're on a timeout. I would really appreciate it if you get me to 200. It does help the channel immensely. So it looks like this. And hopefully the Spurs can pull off a little miracle at the end of the game and get us our first win since November 2nd. The Spurs were competitive tonight. Jeremy Sohan with a career high, or tied his career high with 30. The Spurs led by 15 in the first and had the lead most of the night. Spurs do have 20 turnovers, though. Trae Young has 42 points and 14 assists. He is absolutely torching San Antonio tonight. But the Spurs have been competitive. That's one thing we said we wanted as Spurs fans. Compete. And it'd be nice to get the win tonight, though. And we got the ball to Devin Vassell. Over to Jeremy. Clock is running. Jeremy back to Zach Collins in the paint. And now foul on the Hawks. Our defense does suck, Ronald. We have one of the worst defenses in the NBA. Why does every team go try hard against the Spurs? Mikey? That's fair. Unless he's having a good game. Almost pretty much a career game. Detroit record 2-16, lost 15 in a row. We do have that, Mike. We're not the worst team in the league. Collins at the line for 2. First one's good. We're not going for 3-79. We are not. Come on now. Wemby's not in the game. You're right. Collins, Sohan, Johnson, Jones, and Vassell. Teams give us... Actually, Phil made a good point. Teams give us their best because of Wemby. He's probably right there. And Snyder's going to call a timeout, 134-130. That's a good point. With Wemby being the number 1 overall pick and being the most hyped rookie since LeBron James, team's probably going a little extra try hard because of that against us. Mike, yes and no. It's difficult with all the losing to be a Spurs fan. We got the number 1 overall pick that has shown flashes of incredible ability at just 19, and he's only going to get better as he gets older. We have a lot of draft picks, and we still have young pieces around him. We just don't have quite the right pieces. Our starting lineup doesn't have a true point guard, and the team is struggling immensely to close out games or just be sometimes competitive in the second half. So while the losing's tough for being a Spurs fan, good times are coming. It might not be this year, probably not, but starting next year, especially if we get a top 3 pick again, maybe we do get a player like Isaiah Collier, and then there's and then he's our point guard in the next decade, and that's the last missing piece of the puzzle. I think as Spurs fans, we're used to the turnaround. If you're an older Spurs fan, you remember the magic of David Robinson's first year. Spurs went from a losing team to a 50-plus win team. Tim Duncan's first year, with David Robinson coming back from injury, they went from a 20-win team to a 50-plus win team. I think fans really thought that would happen with Wemby. We're not there yet. And as good as he's been at times, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed on the Spurs before they're 50-win team again. It's not going to happen this year. Maybe 40 wins or 50 wins next year. Jones is in there. Trade, that is. All right, Hawks get the ball in. They're up by 4. And now a quick foul. And we have 2 free throws coming up. Can't be the best at everything. There you go. I like Charles Bassey. Robert, the problem is he gets into turnover-prone or foul-prone issues. Like tonight he had 3 fouls in like 5 minutes. Stuff like that's going to keep him out of the starting lineup. There was a game last week he had 3 turnovers in less than a minute or in a minute. You're not going to be a starter when you have stretches like that. I think the final record is 13-69. And yes, we do, Adrian. If somebody's being negative, just ignore it. I tend to after a while. Or you can time them out if they're being just, not productive and you have a wrench and you feel that they should be timed out. Time out for 5 minutes. Down by 6. The clock is just killing us. Jeremy Sohan with the ball. Going to just launch a prayer 3. Okay. That's a career high for Jeremy Sohan, by the way. And now a foul. That's 33 points for Jeremy Sohan. 8 rebounds, 6 assists. There you go, Fritz. No more third quarter collapses. Let's just keep it to fourth quarter collapses. And that's the one thing. Losing culture, that's one reason I'm against tanking. Some Spurs fans say tank, tank, tank. I don't want a losing culture in the franchise. Trae Young at the line for 2. Made the first one. You start losing, you get used to losing, and not necessarily used to losing, but losing becomes a habit, and it can start killing your morale, which is why I want them to win tonight's game and end this 12-game losing streak. I don't think the Spurs are going to win tomorrow in a back-to-back against the Pelicans. He missed the second one. Wemby with the rebound. Got to get a shot up quick. Wemby just going to rush a three. Nope. Kellen put back. Nope. Kellen with the ball again. Kellen's layup is good. We're just running out of time. And we foul. Is that a foul already or a timeout by LA? We're down by 2, but we're running out of time. Exactly, Jason. If you lose for like 4 years, Wemby will leave in free agency, and he would. That's another thing. You don't want your guys to leave if you keep losing. As somebody that was I'm a huge football fan during the timeout. I loved watching Barry Sanders play. Get tired of losing and retired at 30 in Detroit. Calvin Johnson was one of the most exciting wide receivers to watch. Also played with Detroit, who did nothing but lose, and was part of that team that lost all 16 games. He retired at 29? I think what he's saying is if the Spurs lose this year, next year, and the year after, and the fourth year, if they're not showing any sort of improvement, he might not want to sign his contract extension from his rookie contract. And I agree with that. I don't think that's going to be the case with San Antonio. I do think there's good pieces here, but the puzzle's not coming together yet. It's just not. GG, Dre. Hey, no matter what happens, GG. This has been a fun game. I would prefer Spurs win to end the losing streak, and against former teammate DeJounte Murray. Maybe a little against Patty, but nothing against Patty. The Spurs are in a heap of trouble right now. They only have 6 seconds, and they're down by 2. We essentially need the Hawks to miss both their free throws or just make one and then hit a prayer 3. At least they're competitive tonight. I'm not going to beat the Spurs up. Jeremy Sohan had a career game tonight, and hopefully that gets his confidence level up and he starts playing more like that on the regular. And now it's steal by Sohan. He's going to take it in the paint and an offensive foul. A huge steal by Jeremy, and then he got called for a charge. We don't have a challenge. That was a beautiful steal by Jeremy. And Trae Young took the charge. That's the game. Good game. GG. They're re-showing the charge. I want to see if Trae Young was set. He stepped, his foot went back, and then he got... I don't know if that's a charge. I don't think he was set. Doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. Game over. If y'all get a thumbs up on the way out, would appreciate it. And we'll look at the final stats. We got outscored 36-30 in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter got us again. Actually, if you guys get me up to 200 thumbs up, would get our channel, to 200 thumbs up, would greatly appreciate it. That's 13 in a row now. We got the Pelicans tomorrow night. We'll be live for that. That's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a really tough game being on a back-to-back. Anyway, Hunter with 12 for the Hawks first. Hunter with 12, Bay with 13, Capella with 12 and 9. Trae Young was just killing us tonight. 45 points and 14 assists and 2 steals and only 2 turnovers to go against that 14 assists. DeJounte Murray was also fine against his old team with 24 points. Off the bench for the Hawks, and Chicago with 11, Matthews with 3, Bogdanovich with 14, and Garrison Matthews, the other Matthews, with 3. For our San Antonio Spurs, Collins with 11 and 7 assists. Jeremy Sohan had, except for the 5 turnovers and 5 fouls, an absolutely fantastic game. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Fortunately, I think he's going to get beat up by Spurs fans for that charge at the end. It is what it is. Kellen Johnson was solid, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Wemby had 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Malachi Branham, a dud, 2 points. Off the bench, Champagny, 15 points. Osman with 3. Osman with a rough shooting night, 1 of 7. Bassie only played 4 minutes, had 2 blocks, but he had 3 personal fouls. Trey Jones only had 3 points tonight, did have 7 assists, but Jones only 1 of 5 from the field. Vassell was fantastic off the bench again, 25 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 8 of 14 shooting. But another tough loss for our Spurs, as they're going to drop another one. That's 13 losses in a row. They are now 3-15. can I say? I see the 200 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Oh, we'll be live tomorrow night. Miss TSR Sports tonight. Hopefully we can find a way to get a win. I don't think Wemby's going to play. He had an injury tonight, but we'll see. San Antonio's trying to get rid of bandwagon fans. No, Mike, that's not it. That's definitely not it. It was a good game. If there are any Hawks fans in the chat, good game. And it may have been a little flop. My only thing with that call, Phil, is Trae Young's leg stepped back, and as soon as he stepped it back, that's when Sohan ran into him. I don't think per NBA rules that means you're set, but they called the charge. It is what it is. And hopefully we can get a win soon. I know I'm tired of losing. I know you guys are tired of losing, and at least they're competitive. I mean, we had a lot of guys play well tonight. We just couldn't. Our defense sucks. I mean, we scored 135 points. That's usually enough to win an NBA game. Problem is we gave up 137. So I like this number. I don't like this number. So we got to work on this right here. Take 10 points off of that, and we're good to go. So that's all I got, my friends. I'm going to call it a night. Exactly, Omar. He was moving. He moved his foot back. Then there was the hit, the contact. By the letter of the law, that's a block. You have to be set, not moving. And we stepped back, and hey, we didn't get the call. It is what it is. Don't put yourself in a position where a call can be the deal breaker of the game. If you're up by 6 at that point, it doesn't matter. So that's all I got, my friends. I'm going to call it a night. Until next time, what you going to do with TSR Sports? Grogu, Coyote, and Selena run wild on you. Go Spurs, go.